Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Zagger Test Extreme. It is your friend, the one, the only Z, a single cut Zaggard, and I hope you're having a wonderful morning, noon, night, evening, whatever time it is for you today. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den, my friends, and it is another wonderful, beautiful, magical Mondays here in the Dragon's Den. What did everybody do for the weekend? I hope you're all having a good time. Welcome back. Let me get some food on my teeth. You know, I love eating pretzels, but what I hate about eating pretzels and other crackers is that food that builds up on the sides of your teeth. I hate that so much. It's so annoying. And it gets in your gums, and your gums feel all yuck. So, guys, how was everybody's weekend? Mine was really good. In fact, you may notice a small difference in the scene right now. If you can name what the difference is, you will become the chatter of the week. You'll only be able to notice it in this screen here. Okay, that's my only hint I will give you. But there is a new thing in my office here, and the stream setup that has changed. It's actually a pretty big change. Yeah. So let's see if you guys can figure it out. If you can do the calculations. Hey, Draco Steven. Hello, Bloodbod. Hello, Zigdbzigivnin. Hello, Gohan, and hello, everyone else. Just got done watching MythologyGuy Contact today and yesterday. What? MythologyGuy Contact today and explain, Gohan. Mine is pretty good. Also you. Like I said, my weekend was pretty good. I got a new thing for the stream setup. It's something that really more affects me than you, but it's a neat new thing, and I have a new idea on how to use it. I got so much stuck in my teeth. No, I've had this. I've had this for years. His YouTube channel. You watched all of his YouTube channel within the last 2 days? Wait. I'm so confused what you mean by Contact, though, because you said I got done watching Mythology Guy, Contact today and yesterday. Unless there's another guy called Mythology Guy Contact. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Mythology Guy Contact. Is it no? I've been wearing these for years too. I've had these a long time. These are my gunners. I always wear them. I always wear them. So you watched all his content? Everything? All his shorts and everything? You must... I don't know if that's physically possible. He has definitely over 24... Well, maybe not over... But he has a lot. How did you... Were you just binge watching the whole day? All of his shorts and everything? Because, I mean, like, he has... you know, he's got some long videos in there. I should know. I made them. Most of those videos are within like 15 minutes. Unless you were just saying you caught up with his content, in which case, good for you. So today we're going to be playing some more of that sweet, sweet Mass Effect 3, everyone. That delicious, delicious Mass Effect 3. Wait, I got to turn the sound for it back on. Am I on the right thing? There we go. They were in your past live streams, I believe. They were. They definitely were. Here, I can even prove it to you. Why is it not? There we go. Okay, cool. You can find them in my streams. They've been in my any stream where I'm sitting at this chair. You can see that over there. It might have been hidden, but you could see it. Or it'll be on my chair here. And these I'm always wearing. I don't think anybody's gonna guess what it is. You will have to have been paying attention to parts of this area like a freaking hawk. You'll know. I'll tell you by Wednesday what it is, because it affects the Wednesday streams the most. Oh, I forgot we made this the. I'm gonna change this. This music feels so. Okay, we gotta change the jukebox. That's no. Where the hell am I? Where's the jukebox? Holy heck. That was There we go. That works better. I went back to the God of War 2018 video with the MythologyGuy and waited for the God of War Ragnarok video on his channel. Well, it's gonna be a while. If you were here on Friday, you know I'm nowhere near finishing that. It's probably gonna be at least another 2 weeks minimum. I heard Mass Effect, but never watched any gameplay or played it myself. Mass Effect is a really, really good game, in my opinion. A lot of people don't give it a chance because it's an older game, and the first one is really rough around the edges. But what makes it so good is like the world building, the story, and the characters. The gameplay is not the part that you don't come to Mass Effect for the gameplay. Like the gameplay is fun, but you don't. It's not like Dark Souls where it's like 99% of people go to Dark Souls for the gameplay, and the story is pretty good. Or at least okay. And then if you get really into it, then you get into the lore. It's the reverse, where it's like you get into it for the characters and the story. And if you like characters and story and world building, which I love, then it's right up your alley. If you don't care about those things and you care about gameplay first, then you're going to be like, I don't know. You played Mass Effect Andromeda. That was bad. Mass Effect Andromeda has really, really good gameplay. Everything else sucks, pretty much. Like the characters are extremely forgettable. I don't remember a single character's name from Mass Effect Andromeda, and I played that on day 1 release. I didn't finish the game because the story and the characters were so boring. The worlds were interesting enough. They were fine, but they were very repetitive and similar. The Mass Effect games, the missions are very similar. Shoot thing, get to end area, shoot other thing. That's fine. I mean, if you take any game down to its base elements, that's true. Every Mario game is jump on thing, get to end area, jump on new thing, get to end area. That's essentially all Mario games. But there's way more to them than that. Pokemon is catch Pokemon, battle person, go to new area, battle stronger person, catch new Pokemon. You know, the brother and sister, remember correctly, in Mass Effect Andromeda, not Android, Andromeda. Andromeda, like the Andromeda Galaxy, because that's where it takes place, is in the Andromeda Galaxy. So it's not Mass Effect Android, it's Andromeda. It does matter. But yeah, the brother and sister duo was like kind of interesting. I remember when that game was coming out, I was so interested. Like, what is the story and world's gonna be like? That game is such a huge disappointment for me. Like, I actually hate that game. Oh my god. It killed Mass Effect for general audiences. Like, most people remember Mass Effect from Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect Andromeda. And Mass Effect 1 is rough around the edges, but a really good, tight story and characters. Mass Effect Andromeda had so many bugs and glitches and fun-ish gameplay. Fun enough game. Like, yeah, actually pretty fun. I'll say pretty fun. 6 out of 10 gameplay. And then 3 out of 10 everything else. I mean, the graphics are great. Didn't the game have bugs for Oh, yeah, it had massive bugs. It doesn't anymore because, you know, they've had years to patch a lot of them out. Okay, so... wait. Or Mass Effect 3 ending. What do you mean by or Mass Effect 3 ending? I'm so confused what you mean by or Mass Effect. Or what? What is the other part of that or? Are you gonna play AC Shadow? So we're gonna base it. If you go to my VODs channel, my YouTube VODs channel, go check it out. Go look at the thumbnail I made. I think it's pretty funny. If you go to my VODs channel, go then... go to the community posts. It's going to be based on community votes. I'm letting the community decide what we continue to play, because we were in the middle of another game series, so... There's nothing to do there. Is this a main mission? I think it is. First, we should probably speak with the Quarians. People talking about Mass Effect 3's endings a lot. Well, yeah, it was... There are two major reasons why they talk about Mass Effect 3's endings. One is when it first came out, it was done really, 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 really bad. A few months later, they updated the ending and they expanded the cutscenes for it, so it actually became a much better ending. That's the first reason. The second reason is the ending to Mass Effect 2. You can, you have the choices you make throughout the game actually affect the ending for Mass Effect 2 in major ways. Like, literally, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but literally, you could change the ending in such major, catastrophic ways for the story. The endings for Mass Effect 3 don't, like, the choices you make for the rest of the game in Mass Effect 3 don't affect the ending as much. Not as much as 2, so people were really upset about that, for starters. And then there was, like, the cutscene thing where they didn't have the full details of the cutscene. So those are two big reasons. Those are the two negative reasons why people talk about it. Then there are the positive reasons. It actually has, like, really big story implications. And there's so many theories that came out of that final ending, that come out of the ending of this game, And then there's also like so many like ways that the story could continue from each of these different endings, because it is a multiple choice ending. So it's actually it's a pretty good ending in my opinion, because I played it months after they patched it, so I didn't see the original terrible version, or I didn't play through it, but I've seen it, and it was terrible. It was really bad. And then they made it better, so it went from terrible to good, but not as good as the last game's ending. But it did create like so much talk about it. Do you guys finish Black Myth Wukong game with the Mythology Guy? Yes. If you go on my YouTube channel, Zaggard VODs, you'll be able to watch the full thing. There's a playlist and everything. I highly recommend you go watch it. Anyways, let's go talk to the quarry. Basically, if you have any questions.
Signal confirmed.
Like, I mean, literally, if you have any questions about the streams, 90% of the time they will be answered in the VODs. So go to my VODs channel. You should be able to find it if you type !YouTube or !VOD. Let me test that for me. Let me test that real quick. There, yeah, there's the link to the VODs channel for the Twitch peoples. Hello again, Hades. I am doing very well. Let's see if you can figure it out. There is a new thing in my setup here where my camera is. There's a new change, a physical change that you can see on camera right now. Let's see if you can figure it out. Nobody has guessed it yet, but you may be the first. Anyways, let's go meet with the Quarians. Our good friend Tali, the hottest green girl in the galaxy. I'm watching YouTube because on Twitch I can't chat because I'm not verified. You should be able to chat even if you're not verified. That's weird. Did Twitch change that? Oh, whatever. I mean, I know you're on YouTube. The shield-shaped light in the background? Nope, that's been there. That's been there this whole time. That's one of the lights I use. If you watch the streams with the Mythology Guy, you'll see us lit up. I have two lights next to this TV to light us up. Admiral Ron!
I had hoped for your support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
17 days ago, with precision strikes on 4 Geth systems, the Quarians initiated the war to retake our homeworld.
Which was a clear violation of our agreement with the Council to avoid provoking the Geth.
A treaty violation is nothing compared to recovering our homeworld and advanced AI technology.
Your homeworld? You mean Rannoch?
Correct, Commander. 300 years ago, we lost our world to our own AI creations, the Geth.
No one's gonna figure it out, I swear.
We didn't try to kill them, Chorus. We tried to deactivate them. It wasn't murder.
Okay, so I'm gonna let chat decide this one, but let me basically catch you up to speed. These guys, the Quarians, they created these species that weren't AI exactly. They were high-functioning VI, which were able to, their processing power became stronger the closer they were with each other. So the more, and they called them the Geth, the more of these Geth robots there were, the more intelligent they became as a collective. And eventually, they started asking questions like, why do I exist? Which is basically AI. And AI was illegal in council space for, the council had voted for AI to be illegal. And so the Quarians were like, oh, we got to deactivate this, because if we let this exist, we could lose our right as a council species. And then the Geth found out before the Quarians could do anything about it. So they rebelled and they pushed the Quarians off their home planet. And then so the question for you guys is, do you consider it murder to deactivate a creature that questions its own sentience? Or was it merely turning off a computer? Basically, murder or deactivation. What's your choices, chat? Kind of like Skynet. The only difference is Skynet wasn't coming to the conclusion to kill like, Skynet came to the conclusion to kill all of humanity. The Geth did not come to that conclusion. They just wanted to... They just started asking questions that made the Geth uncomfortable, so they were like, we have to turn this off. And then the Geth literally just pushed them. They were like, okay, if you're going to force us to die, you can't live on this planet. And then they didn't attack any other race. They didn't do anything else to anybody else. You agree it's not murder? Okay. Is that what you're saying, Draco Steven? What about the rest of you chat? What's what the rest of the chat thinks? We're just gonna go with I agree if you don't I'll give everybody 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So you think it was murder. Okay, so we got one person saying murder, one person saying not murder. Gohan, what do you think? Mr. Gohan? Mr. San Gohan? Mr. Rice? No, I agree that. Oh, it is murder. Okay, so the Quarians were wrong. Okay.
No, it was murder.
Commander, the Quarians never intended to create a true AI. It was an accident.
Which you chose to correct by trying to kill them.
Don't bother. Admitting we were wrong would undercut the justification for this suicidal invasion plan.
Do you think... Now, here's the other question. Do you think they should try to take back their homeworld? Regardless of if they tried to murder them, do you think the Quarians should try to take back their homeworld? I'll give everybody a few seconds. Because remember, they pushed them off. The Quarians were they couldn't find another homeworld. For the last 300 years, they've all lived on spaceships. And they just have a huge fleet of spaceships. A lot of those spaceships are like, basically imagine if someone sold you a used car or a used RV and your whole family lived in that. And then your kids' kids lived in that. And because they've been living on these clean, sterilized ships for so long, their bodies and their immune systems have actually deteriorated over the last 300 years to where they can't even breathe the same kinds of airs as we can. They can't even breathe the same kind of air each other can, because they all have to live in these suits, these very clean environmental suits. And if they can get back their homeworld, they might be able to slowly start rebuilding their immune systems to live outside of these suits. So do you think it's a mistake to invade, or do you think they should invade? Let's say, I'll just say invade or don't invade. I don't know anything in this game. Yeah, I'm telling you everything. Everything I'm telling you. What do you think? Do you think they should try to get their homeworld back or not? Remember, they have no planet to live on. They are stuck in these suits because they don't have a planet to live on. Otherwise, if no one votes, I'm going to go with invading was a mistake. Scratching my back, sorry. My back was itchy. Get their homeworld back? Okay, cool. Does anybody else say they should get the homeworld back? Invade?
Whatever mistakes the Quarians made in the past, this attack was the right plan.
The Geth only fought in self-defense.
They're synthetic. They don't need a planet. They could have moved to a space station.
We don't need a planet. The flotilla has survived for 3 centuries.
With the Council just barely tolerating you. You've paid for your people's mistakes. It's time to reclaim your world.
We'd driven the Geth back to the home system when this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
The Reapers.
Under Reaper control, the Geth are significantly more effective. Our fleet is pinned in the home system. If we're going to win,
Win? You insisted on involving the civilian ships, Admiral Gerrel. We need to retreat or we'll lose the live ships.
Where's the signal coming from?
Here. A Geth dreadnought. It can outgun anything we've got, and it's heavily defended.
The Normandy stealth drive can get us in undetected. I could board, then disable the Reaper command signal.
Yes, Cutting off the signal should throw the Geth into complete disarray.
And they should, do we think they should continue the attack, or should they retreat to save their lives? Do we go for the attack, or do we go for the safe option? Basically, the choices are risk your civilian population to get back your homeworld. Save your civilian population, but risk never being able to get your homeworld back. Hello, Mr. Alpha. How are you doing, good sir? You know this game pretty well. What do you think? Should they retreat, or should they continue a counterattack? Retreat. We got one retreat. One for retreat. Do we have anyone for attack? Anyone for attack? Snack attack. Ad coming in 3 minutes, everyone. Everyone on Twitch, get ready for some ads about to roll into your screen. All right, I'll give everybody 30 more seconds before I make a decision. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're retreating.
And while they're confused, you get to a mass relay and retreat.
Good. Our civilian ships have seen too much fighting already. Are you certain you can disable the signal?
We'll get you out of there safely, Admiral.
Our newest admiral has also volunteered to offer technical expertise.
Tali's an admiral now.
Tali Zora Vas Normandy, reporting for duty.
Glad you could make it, Tali. Admirals, I'll ready a team to hit that dreadnought.
Thank you, Commander.
Love Tali, 10 out of 10.
Admiral?
A fan hub. If you're on Twitch, you can go catch one.
On the Geth.
That you are.
I'm glad you're here.
If I'd known it was this bad, I would have come sooner.
You've had your own troubles. I'm sorry about Earth. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy. If you can help us, we'll hit the Reapers with everything we've got. Or however much is left from
Damn, this game looks so much better than it did 10 years ago.
Thought you'd support the invasion.
No. After talking to Legion, I thought maybe there was a chance for peace.
So why help them?
I'm an admiral. People look to me for guidance. Public disagreement would divide the fleet.
I'll get your people out of here safely, Tali.
Thanks, Shepard. And just so you know, I need to keep things strictly business in front of the admirals. If you'd like to catch up, let's talk somewhere private.
Sure thing.
Imagine how it is from, this looks
I'm
from
ready
everyone
to hit
else.
that dreadnought whenever you are.
They ask a question, Shepard just sits still for long periods till he responds. Well, he's just taking it slow. He's very methodical that way. That's all it is. Where's Tali? Oh, she's in the water room.
Commander Shepard.
That dreadnought is tearing through our fleet. Let me know when you're ready to hit it.
So how did you end up back with your fleet, Tali?
When the war started, the Admiralty Board asked for my help. I had more recent contact with the Geth than most of my people. They hadn't filled the spot on the board left by my father. I was invited in. It's just a technicality. I'm far too young to be a real admiral.
Don't sell yourself short, Tali. The board needed your expertise. You needed the authority that comes with rank.
How did the war with the Geth get started anyway?
Admiral Zen developed a scanning countermeasure that
Luckily,
interferes with
they don't
Geth
time
active
your response.
scans.
That's true.
It's like a
There are
flashbang
some things that
grenade.
are timed,
It
though.
effectively crippled the Geth ships in combat. My fleet couldn't pass up the chance to attack.
Could we use it to fight the Reapers?
It only works against the Geth, unfortunately. Their AI lets them use extremely detailed LADAR pings. Zen's countermeasure overwhelmed them with garbage data. And it's useless now that the Reapers have upgraded their processing power.
How is it being back with the fleet?
Right now, it's exhausting. I'm an admiral in the middle of a war. I just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
When this is over, I could use your help.
I can't, Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not thinking that far ahead yet.
So what about Legion?
What about it? Legion died.
After telling us that not all Geth worship the Reapers.
Well, the ones around Rannoch do. I think we lost any hope of peace with the Geth when Legion died.
Talk to you later, Tali.
What are the
If
Reapers?
you want to catch up in private, call me up to your cabin.
Oh, let's call her up to our cabin, see what she wants to talk about. The Reapers are an ancient species of AI robots. Here, let me see if I can... God damn it. Codex... Which one would it be under? There we go.
The Reaper called Harbinger is believed to be the
Here.
myth
They're
common to
these
several
giant,
cultures of the
kind of
Sovereign,
squid-looking robots. I'm just going to skip
the
going
Citadel,
back and forth
Reaper,
so that way
Sovereign,
you don't hear his voice. But they're these giant squid-looking monsters. AI they're the size of not even a skyscraper. Think like 10 skyscrapers glued together. That's how big they are in both height and width. And every 50,000 years, they go through the galaxy and wipe out any sentient or intelligent life. And then they let whatever's the new evolving life live peacefully and wait for those species to get to a certain level of technological advancement, and then they wipe them out. And they've been doing that for untold millennia. And currently, they're trying to wipe us out.
Tali, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment. Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me, and I don't know if I can save them.
You're doing everything you can. If the fleet falls, it won't be because of you.
I helped my father and Zen's ideas, the new tech that made an invasion too good to pass up, that's based on my father's work. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tali.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know. And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. That probably sounds stupid. It's just, I know I'm not really qualified for this.
You're doing fine, Tali. And thanks.
I should get back before the Admirals get into trouble again. I'll talk to you later.
Let's feed the fish real quick. There you guys go. Have little snackies. Oh, I love these models. There's still a few we're missing. I also like the Krogan. I just noticed they have Cerberus armor and stuff. And is that supposed to be a Rachni egg? It's pretty freaking cool, not gonna lie. Yeah, I want to see the outside. Hey, let's go. What's my mission? Traveling with the Quarian home system. Okay. I'm watching from my outside and the wind feels nice. Ooh, wind. Poggers. Let's disable that dreadnought. Free money. Let's add Tali and actually, let's add Edie. An AI should be fighting AI. No, my phone is in red, so I'll probably have to go inside. Inside, yes, yes. Join us. Join us. Yes. Nope. Increase weapon damage. It's gonna cost CX. Ooh. Okay. Let's just max the beginning out to save us some time. Let's just increase damage. That one will be useful for us. Oops, didn't mean to do that. No, don't tell me. I hate this game sometimes.
We're approaching the Quarian home
I didn't mean to double click that.
ETA to Rannoch, 5 minutes.
What have you got from the comm buoys?
Pretty much a big old shitstorm, Commander.
I have detected several hundred unique ship signatures engaged in active combat.
Yeah, like I said.
Take us in, Joker.
Stealth drive engaged. Only way they'll detect us is if you all start singing the Russian national anthem.
That's a meme because back in the day that was a thing everybody played in the in lobbies. That right there is a Geth ship, that big one.
My cyber warfare suite has accessed the docking protocols.
Shepard looks cool with that armor. Agreed. I like that armor. To be fair, Shepard's not supposed to look the way he looks in our game playthrough. We made him look as monkey-like as possible.
Once we're aboard, we find whatever's broadcasting the Reaper signal and shut it down. Tali's our expert on Geth software. She'll be handling hacking and security.
Your expertise with the Geth is a welcome addition, Tali.
Edie, so a body?
It has proven useful. I hope it doesn't cause you concern.
Not unless you go crazy and decide to overthrow the humans.
If I decide to overthrow the humans, you will be the first to know. Shepard, there's a problem. All tubes except one are physically secured.
I see the free one. Pretty torn up, though.
Too risky for the whole team. I'll secure the docking area. Everyone else can follow me over.
Roger that, Commander. We'll just stay here. You know, quietly.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
This is a really cool sequence. get to see the battle playing out as we walk through this tube. Look at that. It's slow, but at least we get a cool set piece with it. I was thinking he looks like a caveman. That was the idea. When we made the character, we were trying to make him look as funny as possible. Because why wouldn't you? What am I getting caught on?
How are you doing, Shepard?
The lack of gravity is a little disorienting.
The Dreadnought has artificial gravity. You should be okay once you're on board.
Until then, I'll make do with mag boots.
Hey, take your time, Commander. We're fine until they, look out a window.
Geth ships don't have windows. They rely on thermal scans for close-range detection.
I'm immune to your facts and logic.
If you do Legion's mission, which we forgot to do in the last game, well, that's concerning.
Looks like the rest of the team isn't using the docking tube.
So I'm guessing you'd rather not solo the Dreadnought.
Not if I can help it. Ask Tali to get on the Dreadnought schematics. If you can point me at another docking tube, I'll override the controls and let the boarding party on.
If
I'm
you
inside. I've got
have
gravity.
Legion for his mission, which we forgot we couldn't do in time, he tells you that Geth don't use windows because they see them as a structural weakness.
Got it. There should be a hull breach not far from your position. The nearest undamaged docking tube is on the other side.
Think I found that hull breach you mentioned.
Admiral Geralt tried a frontal assault. We lost 6 frigates. That tiny hole was the only damage we did.
I wouldn't call it tiny. Not the way you'd have done it.
No, he was too aggressive. I argued, but as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet, it was ultimately his decision.
What about the other end?
Zen backed the invasion, largely as a chance to test her toys. Ron gave provisional support. Only Chorus opposed a war with me, and he was right. We could lose the whole fleet, Shepard.
We'll get your people out of here safely. I found another airlock. I think we're good to go.
Great. If you override the controls, we'll be right there.
What's my favorite? Who's my favorite Mass Effect character? That's a hard one to choose from.
Got it. You're clear to board.
I really like Legion. I really like Rex. Probably Rex. I like Rex. And then Garrus is a bro. And then there's Tali. Tali's awesome. Edie's fun. Joker. Oh, I love Joker. Joker's also a great character. There's so many good
Thank you,
characters in this game series.
I will try to find a more convenient docking point next time.
Next time?
Jack has a pretty good story. And character
Here,
arc.
let me see if I can get this open. In the meantime, take a look at this. There, it's open. We're clear to go.
I leveled up from that. Now, where was I supposed to go? Is this not where I'm supposed to go? I'm so confused.
Looks impressive.
It's Admiral Zen's design. It transmits an energy.
So where are we headed?
We're looking for an operations center. I can disable the Reaper command signal from there.
Where's the closest one?
Past past their defense network and through a sensor cluster.
Guardian anti-fighter lasers. I believe the dreadnought's using ultraviolet frequencies instead of the standard infrared.
Expensive. Bet it gives them an edge in close combat, though.
When the fleet rushed the dreadnought, those lasers carved right through our ships.
Alright, well, let's get into the Geth.
Watch out! Geth incoming!
More Geth forces incoming.
I don't hear an alarm.
They're Geth! They sent alerts to every unit on this ship! We need to get to the operations center before they box us in!
Alright, this is pretty dangerous, chat. Let's hope they don't kill us.
The Geth lack self-preservation instincts.
Network intelligence! As we kill them, their attacks become more aggressive!
You have engaged the Geth previously, Shepard. Tactical advice?
Disable their shields.
So,
Then
shoot
take
them.
down before they recharge!
The heck is shooting at me?
Look, the signal's hitting all Geth processes. The Reapers have them completely under control.
Its structure is amazingly complex. It is unsurprising that the Quarians have been unable to disrupt it. We may be able to extract combat data from these sensor panels.
We're taking heavy losses. The Geth have a planetary defense cannon. It's ripping through our fleet.
Is there anything we can do to help them?
Just make their sacrifice worthwhile.
Why do we need to find the operations center? Wouldn't any access console do?
Unlikely. Consoles like this are accessing programs being used by hundreds of Geth simultaneously. They are all networked cooperatively to disable the Reaper's signal.
The Dreadnought's operations center is just ahead.
And probably their
Let's get
whole
the Reaper signal and get the fleet out of here.
unrelated, but I really like Pokemon. Which is your favorite Pokemon? Game. Let's say game. Or what's your favorite part about Pokemon? Is it the games, the shows, the cards,
The hunters are moving in!
the plushies, the artwork? Personally, my favorite part is the games, the mainline games, but they've been kind of lacking lately.
That's the last of them.
Alright,
Let's see if
Pokemon
that
themselves, so I do
console is
like the
operational.
gameplay of Pokemon. I guess those are mines that I was stepping on. So you like the designs of Pokemon? Oh, that's what that is. Okay, cool. Cool.
Damn it! They've locked down the Reaper signal. We can't shut it down from here in the operations center. There! The Reaper signal's coming from the drive core.
So if we get there, we shut it down?
Right, but how do we get there? The Geth have sealed emergency bulkheads to block us off. We need a route to the drive core that can't be blocked. A path that runs the length of the ship.
What about the main battery? It runs right by the drive core.
That could work.
But
The Geth still have us locked in here. We need to get these doors open. They've locked high-level processes. We need something basic. A ship-wide emergency, like a fire.
What about the heat diffusion system?
Wait, if I faked a thermal warning, it would open all maintenance tubes for emergency venting.
Would that override the lockdown?
Yes. Okay, I've got it primed. But be ready. I'm reading hostile geth on the other side of the doors.
Geth are dropping from the ceiling.
There could be cloak hunters as well.
Geth reinforcements have arrived.
Let's burn this guy. Okay. You're down. You may be hunters, but you're being hunted. We're gonna do some arson. No, we faked arson. I wish we could actually do the arson ourselves, but it's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Let's get to the maintenance shaft before more reinforcements arrive.
So yeah, the designs of Pokemon are pretty cool.
This ship
The main
design's almost
gameplay is
glorious,
fun, but the
not
last
quite.
few games
It's
have
meant
not
for
been great.
synthetics, not organics.
Like,
Intriguing. I found the geometric shapes intuitive and comfortable. I assumed you all felt the same.
I'm just gonna say this. It's really frustrating how it's the biggest multimedia franchise in the world, and yet they still make games as if they're like an indie studio. That sounded like they were suggesting. No, I know they were suggesting it, but then they just go, "Oh no, we're just gonna trigger a false alarm." That's basically what happens. Can I actually upgrade my? Oh, I can. Increase all tech damage for 10 seconds. And then let's see. Increase recharge. Cool. Hi, Optimus Philip. So yeah. Anyways, I agree. The Pokemon designs are really great for the most part. The newer designs have been. The hell's going on here? Have been, what's the word? They've been pretty good still. I would say most of them are good. But like I know they have a development crew of 200 people. But do they have to make a new game every 2 years? They can't wait 4 years to make a new game and then make it really freaking good. And I know why they do that. It's because their revenue is made from the constant purchasing of not marketing, what's the word? My brain is blanking. Not materials. Merchandise. The constant purchasing of merchandise. So it's the fact that people are always buying the cards, always buying the plushies, always watching the anime, paying to see the movies. Like, they make so much money from everything else that Pokemon is. And they can't make new stuff until they make a new game. Because when they make a new game, that's when they come out with new Pokemon and new characters. And then that lets them make new stuff related to Pokemon. And the games themselves only make 10% of the revenue of the Pokemon company's total revenue. Okay, I get that. But 10% is still like millions of dollars. It's like $100 million, something like that. So why don't they use $100 million to make the Pokemon? It gets really frustrating. I'm glad that ZA is taking a while in dev. It's yes and no. I'll post a video I watched last night, but they're actually not taking as long as you think they are, because the dev team who makes ZA is the dev team who makes the regular Pokemon games. So they've probably been working on ZA only since Scarlet and Violet came out. And Scarlet and Violet came out only 2 years ago, so they've only been working on it for 2 years. Max. It's not a separate dev team who makes Scarlet and Violet and a separate dev team who made Pokemon's Legends Arceus. It's the same dev team. They just have half the dev team work on one part of the game, while the other half works on the other part of the game. And then once they're done with one game, most of the team moves to this game. It's the same dev team. And it's only a dev team of 200 people. And you might say, oh, well, they want to keep it small. They can hire like 100 more people to help with all the extra stuff. I mean, Xenoblade has a dev team of 300 people, and those games look better than these games. And I think they should either hire more people to make the Switch versions of games look much better, or they should go back to 2D pixel art style. Because back when we had the pixel arts, I think those games were peak perfection. They were so beautiful. But the switch to 3D and the switch to 3D on home console has been, in my opinion, worse and worse with each game. Visually, gameplay, bug-wise. Like, it just...
The faint presence of Geth intelligences. Those not
it's frustrating.
into mobile platforms serving the ship itself.
For all our cybernetic upgrades, I'll never understand integrating that completely into a system.
Shouldn't be too much farther to the main battery. I'm surprised they'd send you on this mission, Tali.
Even admirals are expected to serve. I'm better at hacking than I am ordering ships around.
That being said, Legends ZA might be good. I have to wait for it to come out to really make a decision about it.
A planetary defense cannon just took down Admiral Chorus's ship.
Survivors?
They got to escape pods, and I've got Admiral Ron trying to establish a secure link.
Put her through.
Shepard, this is Ron. The heavy fleet is collapsing. I don't know how much longer we can hold out.
We'll have the Reaper signal deactivated shortly, Admiral.
Yeah, I agree. Though I usually think fan games and ROM hacks are usually better. The thing is, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company will never let those exist. So you can't rely on them to be good.
Watch the shockwaves! That's a big gun!
We should be okay if we stay in cover.
Okay, so we gotta wait for that to...
More incoming! I think they figured out what we're doing!
Let's kill this guy. Oh my god. We're getting swarm chat. What are we gonna do? Where do I need to go? Okay, deactivation controls. Slice and dice them.
There's the maintenance lock.
Not just a manager, fan, game dev, and ROM hacker. I think they are usually really good, from what I've seen. I've never tried many of them, but
We're safe as long as the maintenance lock is in place. Let's move.
again, you can't. The problem you can't rely on them is the fact that Nintendo will always eventually
Let's get out of here.
try to cut it out. Ooh, that would have been close. He would have been annihilated.
Excellent timing.
Watch your shield. Dip to cover.
Oh, that's not an enemy. There, wait. There's one this way. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Usually people tend to re-upload. They might, but eventually Nintendo will find it if it gets popular enough. And it's really unfortunate. Now, I don't think this means that they should allow all fan uploads to exist 100%, no holds barred. Because there are some fan uploads that will literally ask for money. And I think at that point you're just... That's basically... I think that's straight up pirating at that point. And I don't agree with pirating. And you might say people should be paid for their work. And it's like, yeah, but they should be paid for their original work. I don't think you should be paid for copying Pokemon's ideas and just reusing them. But that's a whole other discussion. That being said, I think they should allow more free uploads of ROM hacks and things. I think they should not try to fight every single one that exists. I think that's ridiculously dumb and stupid.
Shepard, grab my hand. Hang on.
I'm all right.
I think there needs to be a healthy balance, basically. So if you like say, oh, you can only get this ROM hack if you pay for my
Hopefully we're
my Patreon. That you're making money off the ROM hack, and you're reusing Pokemon's own assets to make money off it. And at that point, I'm kind of with them on like, yeah, don't let people do that. But then if you're just like, hey, I'm posting this for free online, anybody can download it. All it is I just changed some stuff. I made up my own version of the game. This is just for fun. Nobody is allowed to make money off of this. Then they're just being assholes when they come after people. Because it's like, all it does is really incorporate your brand. And it brings Like, it makes people want to play more Pokemon games. Because when I see fan stuff, like, the most times I've spent money on random Pokemon stuff is through fan creations. Like, I have on my computer, I have stickers of the 3 Johto legendaries, stickers of the of Dreepy's evolution line. I have this little pin of my favorite Pokemon, Dragapult. And I have this terrarium, and then I have 2 other terrariums I got for Claire, but I have this terrarium of my favorite Pokemon again, Dragapult. I have so much Pokemon stuff. I even have like a Pikachu keychain with a knife, a Detective Pikachu with a knife keychain. I have a bunch of Pokemon merch. Most of it is not official stuff. Most of it is from fan creations. And buying that stuff makes me want to play Pokemon games. And the only reason they don't go after that stuff is because they can't. Not because they're legally not able to, but because there's no way to go after every single person who makes fan-made merchandise of Pokemon. It is impossible. There are, there are 8 billion people in the world. Let's say only 10% of 8 billion people like Pokemon. That's 800 million people. They cannot go over 800 million people and shut down every single one of their businesses. And let's say, okay, not all fans make stuff. Let's say, again, only 10%. It's still 80 million people. It's going to be really hard for them to go over after 80 million people. And it's never caused a problem for them. They're still the highest grossing multimedia franchise on the planet. Honestly, they would save money if they stopped going after every legal lawsuit. I'm just saying.
Come on, the drive course shouldn't be far.
Maybe not much, but, when you're running a business, every penny counts. Quite literally. That being said, I'm glad you're a fan creator. What have you created for fan stuff? I'm curious. Don't tell me the name of it just in case some Nintendo executive somehow happens to be watching this very low viewership stream. But I'm very curious what you make. Or what you've been practicing making. That is a Reaper. That is some Reaper tech.
That's definitely Reaper tech. But what's...
It's Legion's dead body.
Shepard Commander, help us.
Legion? But you died during our attack on the collector base.
That's
Holy
not
heck.
Legion, Shepard. Not really. It's a VI program, likely from a backup. My people used similar technology to create VI constructs of our dead. However you felt about Legion, that thing isn't real.
Alright, do we think we should save Legion or not? The possible fake Legion. Didn't Digimon do the same thing to go against Pokemon? No. Digimon was not created second. Digimon was actually created first. Pokemon was just the more popular one. Digimon came out like 5 years before Pokemon as a Tamagotchi for boys. And then they made a Digimon World video game at the same time that Pokemon Red and Blue came out. And then they both made an anime at the same time. I haven't done anything yet, but I'm making a Pokemon fan game that has various characters from different franchises. Some OC of me and friends as Pokemon. And some of the major trainers. Some of your friends as Pokemon? Interesting. As trainers, I get, but as Pokemon, interesting. Optimus says trust. Does anybody else say trust? Do we trust this possible fake robot? But yeah, again, Digimon was actually made first. Wild, isn't it? Like, for so many years, people were like, Digimon's a copy of Pokemon. Actually, no. They were both made independently. And they both came from very different ideas. So, Digimon was coming from the idea of AI and what if data became living creatures and there's like a digital world inside of our like computers and the internet, a secret hidden underlayer. And all Digimon are basically supposed to be like different types of files. There are virus files, which are all the evil Digimon. There are antivirus files, which are all the like obviously good, and then there's the regular data files, which are the regular Digimon. And the reason all the Digimon have the name Mon at the end of their name is because they are a file type. Like if you've ever seen something that's a .mp3 or a .mov or a .word, you know, it's because it's a file type. And they all have Mon at the end of it because they are a file type of monster. It's really freaking cool when you think about it. And then the reason Pokemon was invented was because there was this one guy, Ken Sugimori. I think it was Ken Sugimori. Somebody double check me on that. I know he's the guy who did the art. I can't remember if he's the guy who came up with the idea for it. But originally he had the idea of, he wanted to create Pokemon, was basically his way of recreating the idea of being a kid and hunting for insects and bugs in Japan, because that's what young kids do. And he felt like worried that kids were losing that ability in Japan more and more to do that because of the growing of cities and pollution in the world. That's why as the game goes, you start in a small town and you go into bigger and bigger cities and you find more and more poison type Pokemon as you go further. Okay, we got two for us. I love Digimon and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Digimon so much. Much like Pokemon, later stuff, the more modern stuff, I think that stuff is actually really sucky. Like the modern Pokemon stuff, I'm like, I have problems with it, but I still think it's overall probably pretty good. Digimon modern stuff, I'm like, ugh. I go back to the older stuff all the time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, I have the same problem with Digimon. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Was good up until the end of Zexal, and then after Zexal, it all went downhill. Reminds me of how the Mega Man Battle Network games, all the Navis, the robot characters, have the EXE file type after. Exactly, it's the same concept, but instead of it being, one is there are monsters, right? There are monsters that live in this digital realm, and this one is there are Navis that live in it that are like humanoid constructs.
I took a chance on Legion the first time, and it helped us.
We are not Legion.
Fine. Let's just get you out of there.
If you're certain, Shepard, just remember, even it says it isn't Legion.
Creator Tali, you were familiar with this intelligence?
Yes, we both worked with Shepard.
That is consistent with our records.
So what is this thing?
It uses our networking architecture to broadcast the old machine command signal to all Geth simultaneously.
Then getting you out of there will shut off the Reaper signal.
Wait, you cannot simply remove the restraints. We are secured via hardware blocks nearby that shackle our operating protocols.
I am familiar with the concept.
The AI shackle Cerberus used to keep you under control.
Yes. Used by organics, it is understandable. For Geth to install this in a formally independent unit is unnecessary.
The hardware blocks are on the far side of the room.
Let's see, what did people say? They're remaking GX. They are? Oh my fucking god. GX is my favorite generation of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of all time. Because it's where they finally started making archetypes. They had the elemental heroes I thought was so fucking cool. The Destiny heroes, the Crystal Beasts, the Neospatians, the dinosaurs. That had the best set of cards in my opinion. I did like 5Ds. 5Ds because I love dragons. Everybody knows I love dragons. That's why I have the Spyro jacket here. But, and that one had some really cool dragon stuff. But I just loved all the archetypes in GX were so good. And it sucks they never dubbed the final season because 4Kids was so behind they had to skip to 5Ds to catch, so that way they could catch up with the Western release of the cards. Made me so mad. Never actually played the Battle Network games, but my friends have been making me watch the NT Warrior anime. The NT Warrior anime. I only watched one of the anime, and it's like it's so hard to find some of the episodes. Haven't read, but I meant OC of Me and My Friends. No, I read. Wait, what? No, I read that you said. I read that you said that. I read that you said that you were making an OC of some of your friends, but you said friends as the Pokemon and some of them as the major trainers. What did you mean some of your friends will be Pokemon? Because that's like, okay, I want to see how that goes. The other one makes total sense. Of course you're going to do that. If you make a fan-made stuff, you're going to put your friends and family as OCs, so to speak. Just, don't make them like DMPCs, if you know what that term means. Element Heroes, Neo, and Fusion Monsters. It's so fucking cool. I fucking love it. Are they actually remaking the anime? Or are they just like producing the cards? Because the second one, almost definitely.
The activation should be simple. The Geth protected them against viral attack, not physical removal.
How'd the Reapers get control of the Geth?
They did not. The creators attacked. The Geth wished to live. The old machines extended an offer.
I thought normal Geth didn't want to submit to the Reapers. Got it.
Tali's order to fleet. The signal is about to go off.
What about the OCs, though? They're remaking it. Oh, poggers.
Hardware blocks offline. We are free. As a gesture of cooperation, we have disabled the Dreadnought's drive core. All weapons and barriers are offline. Alert! Geth reinforcements incoming.
No, they're gonna be the Pokemon and some might appear as major trainers. Your friends are gonna be Pokemon? How is that gonna work? Explain. Are there gonna be talking Pokemon? Is this gonna be like Mystery Dungeon? The remastered version is officially titled Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters GX 20th Remaster will air on TV Tokyo in April 2025. Oh, it's gonna be a Japanese remake. Damn it, we're never gonna get the English remake. I kind of want the English remake because, if I'm gonna be honest, the English. Well, we're probably not gonna get the same voice actors, so this is a pipe dream, anyways. But the original English voice actors, I think, were really good for the series. Like the voice actor for Jaden worked really well in my opinion.
The Geth fleet is destabilized.
Watch out, that's a
Signal is offline. Civilian fleet, prepare to withdraw. The bottom fleet will cover you once the heavy fleet is in position. Whenever you're ready, Admiral Girl.
The Quarian fleet now has the advantage. It's placing a turret. Combat drone closing.
No, I know what you mean. OCs of your friends and family. I know what you mean by that. Either way, how would you have people being Pokemon? That's the question I'm talking about. Are the Pokemon talking? Like in Mystery Dungeon? Like, how is that gonna work?
What are you doing?
Ron, check your screens. The Dreadnought is helpless. No battles. The main gun is offline. We can remove their flagship if we strike now.
Damn it! This is our chance to withdraw the civilian fleet safely.
What are you talking about? We're still on board.
We can't waste this chance. Heavy fleet all forward. Take out the Dreadnought.
Do you hear what they're doing? They're gonna attack the ship we're on board.
You do that, and the heavy fleet gets wiped out. And if we die, simple retreat. Won't save you from the Geth response.
Damn you!
What are they doing?
Focus on the Geth. We'll worry about the Admirals later.
Let's hack you. OCs made by my family would appear. Oh. So they're original Pokemon created by your friends and family. Interesting. Okay, that's... Okay. That makes more sense. I was thinking they'd be, you know, talking.
Shepard Commander, the creator fleet is firing upon this vessel. Without barriers, this ship will be destroyed. We must evacuate.
We need to get to the escape pods.
Geth transmit intelligences via remote signal. We do not use escape pods.
Suggestions?
Geth fighters are docked in a portside fighter bay. We can pilot a fighter to safety.
So you have somewhat sort of escape pods.
I repeat, hold fire.
They're not responding.
Damn it.
Shepard Commander, we have taken control of docking protocols.
We'll be right there.
Oh fuck, I'm getting beaten up. Holy hell. I don't remember this mission, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's because I've...
We can only launch from the upper level.
Let's close. Shepard, the door.
Double time, people.
Hurry! We're losing the environmental field.
We'll take it.
Normandy to Shepard, reading a loss of gravity. You okay over there?
Fine. We're leaving in a Geth fighter, transmitting rendezvous coordinates.
It's more like I take the OC characters to make them Pokemon. Also, the Pokemon in the game would be called spirits for story reasons.
We're fine. Go.
I feel like that's more for legal reasons than anything, but either way sounds cool. I think you should just make your own fan game, spiritual fan game of Pokemon. Kind of like a Power World idea.
So I know which one is you.
These would be copies of other characters in the universe, and they work like Pokemon.
They fired on the Dreadnought while you were on board?
They were supposed to pull their fleet out safely. Instead.
I know. Admiral Garrel's been causing trouble along the Turian border for years. But I can understand their desperation. We only lost Earth a few weeks back.
We haven't lost Earth yet.
We need help, Shepard. We need a fleet. And the Quarians have the biggest one out there.
That sounds pretty neat, Draco, not gonna lie.
Your unilateral strike endangered us all. I should charge you with treason.
I was within my authority as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet.
And what of Shepard? And Talizora?
They escaped unharmed. Shepard, the mission parameters changed. You're military, you understand that.
Do we agree that it was okay for him to fire on us while we were on the ship? Or do you think he was out of control? What is our thoughts, chat? Maybe more of crossover set in the gameplay. Crossover between what, though? And I wouldn't call it the gameplay of Pokemon. Because once you start doing that, you can start getting... I don't like calling it the gameplay of Pokemon. I would say a gameplay similar to Pokemon. I would just call it a creature catcher. Which, yes, Pokemon engineered the idea. But the reason I don't like doing that is because then it gives Nintendo more power to be like, oh, any game that has creature catching is stealing from us, and we can shut it down, which is what they're trying to do to Pokemon, right? Or not Pokemon, Power World right now. It's so freaking stupid. It's one of the reasons I kind of don't want to get ZA, because they're being so dumb about Power World. Like, it's not Pokemon. Yes, it's cute animals, and it's everyone calls it Pokemon with guns, but it's not Pokemon. It plays almost nothing like it. And you're never going to do Pokemon with guns. You're never going to have like a base building idea. You're never gonna have a level up system for the character. So why? Why do you care? Well, you know, people buy Power World, they won't buy Pokemon. Bullshit. And you wouldn't, and I don't think you would call it set in the gameplay of Pokemon, because usually when you say set in, it makes it sound like. Usually you say that in reference to like set in the world of Pokemon, not the gameplay. Again, what is it a crossover? Anyways, guys, do we agree that he was okay to do it? The Power World situation is more complex. No, it's not. It's really not that complex. Nintendo is trying to sue Power World, and the lawsuit they are using is that they own the gameplay rights to throwing an item in a 3D environment and capturing a creature. That's the lawsuit they are making. There's nothing more than that. No matter what legal jargon you use, that is exactly the lawsuit they are making, and it is bullshit that they are doing that. You cannot copyright gameplay mechanics. If people did that, you would not be able to make platformers. Mario would be the only platformer, because only Mario can be a character who jumps on a platform. You wouldn't be able to have RPGs with a level up system, because Pokemon is the only one that has leveling up. And it's not that complex. Nintendo is worried about Pokemon, and they're making the dumbest. Power World is not owned by Sony. The development Pocket Pair owns Power World. They worked with Sony Music Entertainment and Aniplex to make the game, but Sony does not own it. Pocket Pair owns it. They're an independent company. All right, chat. I'm gonna go with I agree if no one says anything. By the way, to get off this my rant about the whole legalization problem.
You did the right thing. Just give me a heads up next time.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad there's at least one other soldier in the room. I've got to get back to the heavy fleet. Ron, we'll talk later.
Oshtet.
You must understand. The Geth inflicted heavy casualties
Oh,
before
too
you
late.
disabled
Sorry.
the Reaper signal.
You said they have a planetary defense cannon?
Had. Admiral Chorus sacrificed his own ship to destroy it. He crash-landed on the home world.
The Normandy can assist with rescue efforts.
Thank you, Commander. I think the worst is over. The Geth no longer possess the programming upgrades they had while enslaved by the Reapers.
Optus
Commander,
and
we are
editing my
prepared to
PC job
offer
for you.
assistance.
Nice, Optus Philip.
I see your Geth friend has returned.
The Reapers were using Legion like a signal booster to broadcast commands from the Dreadnought. We freed him.
We freed it.
This is a fascinating prototype. With some study, I may be able to use it to find a weakness in the Geth consensus.
Legion helped me in the fight against the Collectors.
So did your pistol. Should I worry about its feelings?
I don't think you want to continue this line of thought, Admiral. Legion is my friend. More importantly, it's our best source of information on the Geth.
The scientific benefits
are off the table.
What can you tell us about the Geth? How will they react without Reaper guidance?
This is a false assumption. You have cut off long-range control, but the old machines placed a base on Rannoch for short-range direction.
The Geth still have Reaper upgrades?
Correct. They are currently disorganized, but once the short-range signal is in place, they will recover.
Kila, I need to warn the fleet. Then, coordinate with Geralt. Move!
We need to take out the Reaper base. Where's it located?
Am I cursed that almost anything I said ends up in an argument?
We do know the location
No.
from which Geth fighter squadrons are controlled. The squadrons are targeting Creator life ships.
What are you talking about, Draco? What do you mean?
We offer assistance.
Thanks.
I'm gonna wait for any.
Edie, can you clean this up?
Let's see what this is.
This is the Kodesh. We've lost barriers. Our comm system is jammed. Can anyone hear this? We have Geth fighters incoming. Please, if anyone can hear this, we need help. We have
I haven't heard any news about that Reaper base. Hopefully they'll give us a target soon.
Talk to you later, Tali.
Sure.
private terminal, Commander.
Just in the news. Some of the females. Oops, I keep pressing that when I try to. When I try to I feel like you pressed enter by accident, Draco. Small comment, it turns into bigger, mainly in streams. No. See, you don't understand. Streamers and people who watch streamers we need to be entertaining. So we're gonna we're gonna be passionate about whatever we talk about. Plus, it seems like you like to talk about topics that people are very passionate about. So they're just gonna tell you their most passionate ideas. And I'm not trying to start an argument with you. I'm just pointing out why I do not like Nintendo's practices of suing every goddamn company on the face of the earth whenever they can, or forcing takedowns of things. I think it's really terrible that they do that. So much of Nintendo I think is great. So much of it. Pokemon, overall it's a great franchise. Zelda, Metroid, Kirby, Mario. Their games are so great. The products they make are amazing. And the way they treat their workers, from what I remember, I don't know everything that happens from day to day or year to year, but for the most part, that's also amazing. It's just, some of these lawsuits are like so annoyingly controlling to me. That's all. Damn. We've gotten really high up. It's dumb to go after Power World. Yeah, that's basically my main point, is it's dumb for them to go after Power World. There's no reason for them to really go after Power World. Because it's not Pokemon. Like, if you play it for 10 minutes, you'll be like, oh, this isn't Pokemon. It's Pokemon-like, but it's not Pokemon. And so it doesn't matter how complex the issue is. At the end of the day, they're wrong. That's it. And people, you know, when you talk to people online, there's always going to be an argument. Eventually, if you talk to someone, no matter how small your comment is, they're going to disagree with you eventually. No one can agree with you 100%. So don't worry if there is a argument. And also, you have to think about you're only noticing the arguments because they're the ones that make you feel the most defensive or the most angry or the most upset. You're not looking at all the other stuff. Like when you were talking about making your own Pokemon thing, I didn't argue with you. I think that's cool. Sony thing was from a video, and I thought it was fair because you brought up the ZA development thing. Wait, one second. Anything you bring up is fair. You can talk about anything here. I'm not telling you can't talk about it. I'm just going to tell you my side and why I think it's right or wrong, or why I agree with you. But back to the point of you always feel like you start an argument. You have to remember you also talked about your OCs. And I thought I think that's really great. I don't think that created an argument. Do you? And if you do, I want to know why. And if you don't, remember the positive. And I'm not saying this to be like, you're wrong. How dare you think of negatives? No, this is a thing that I have to tell myself. I tell my fiance. I tell all my friends. Always look at the positives just as much as you look at the negatives. It's so easy to look at the negative things. Like, oh, I start arguments all the time. Oh, I like, this is a personal thing. My creations are always so terrible. I'm not entertaining enough. Things like that. But then I have to look at all the positives. You're in the chat, aren't you? I must be entertaining enough for you to be here, for Gohan to be here, for Draco to be here, for Alpha to be here, Toko when he's here, Yuki when he's here, Lily when she's here. All these people show up. Yeah, it's not hundreds of people. So what? It's one person, and that's amazing. I get to have a conversation while playing games with a person I've never met, I might never meet in the future, about some cool stuff. I have to take that and be like, that's amazing. And just like you're making a cool thing, that's amazing. And you disagreeing with me about the lawsuit, well, I disagree. It's a great thing you have your own opinion. It's great that you do. You're welcome. Like, you're creating something cool. I could never make a Pokemon fan game. I have no idea how to do that. I can't draw. I can't make music. I can't code. I can do story writing. I can do that, maybe. I make Dungeons and Dragons stories, but even that's like, it's week to week, and it's constantly evolving. So I think what you're doing is great. Now to circle back, what do you mean the Sony thing was from a video? And what is the, I thought it was fair because you brought, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm actually just trying to understand what you're saying there. Sometimes I have difficulty remembering everything that happens, or I misinterpret things. So I just want to get an understanding. I need to change my jacket. I'm getting really hot. So give me a second to take off my sweater. Oh. It's getting toasty in here. It's starting to be spring. I mean, if you know how seasons work, it's going to be spring, so my room starts to get like warmer, and so I get hotter faster for obvious reasons. But then at the same time, I also get cold without a jacket on. Like, I'm already feeling a little cold, but I was feeling like stuffy in that jacket. I'm curious what the Sony thing is from a video. I actually want to know what your thought process is. And like try not to type it in a big paragraph because the bot will ban you. Just be prepared for that. So try to type like 2 sentences maximum, and then wait a few minutes, because it might, again, if you spam too much, it might ban you because it might think you're a bot. Moon Channel. Oh, I know Mooney Channel. I haven't seen that video of his. I should watch it. Maybe it'll give me a clarity, because I do. He's pointed out some issues about why Pokemon and Nintendo and all of those companies go after every Pokemon creator, and I see the reason. I still think their reason is wrong, but at least I understand it. And their reason is because, like, they're worried that if, for TLDR for people who aren't going to watch Moon Channel or Mooney Channel, TLDR, their reason is that if they let fan creations use Pokemon characters and Pokemon designs and Pokemon gameplay for free, then that'll let anybody use it. And then they're worried that big companies like Microsoft and Apple are going to come in and they're going to make their own Pokemon clone. And if Pokemon tries to say, and not even just a clone, but like a straight Pokemon ripoff, like use Pikachu and stuff like that. And if they try to say, no, you can't do that, then Microsoft or whoever will go and say, well, you let these fans do it, so we're allowed to do it. And then Microsoft is going to pour in billions and billions of dollars, which Pokemon Company doesn't really have to do that. They're going to pour in billions and billions of dollars to fight them in a legal battle until Nintendo is wiped off the face of the earth. That's their fear. That's why they do it. I think that fear is wrong, and it's built on paranoia that is illogical. Because realistically, I don't think anybody in the world is going to be like, yeah, you let them use Pikachu, so now anybody can. Because if that were the case, it would have happened with Sonic by now. Like, there are so many Sonic fan games out there, and nobody has tried to steal Sonic from Sega. Then again, Sonic has never been as big as Pokemon, so it's like, maybe it's just because Pokemon's so big. Go in my Discord channel, type an ! Discord in the chat, Draco, and send me the link for that Mooney Channel video. I want to see it. I want to know which one you're talking about. Because I generally think he has a really good channel. Let's save the general. Alright, let's bring Tali and Javik. I like Javik. What? ! Discord. DISCORD. All one word, no spaces. Let's see Javix upgrades. Inflict damage per second on electric targets. In the random vids channel. Random vids.
What's your status?
The civilian fleet has taken significant losses since Zelkorus sacrificed his
If you haven't,
destroy a Geth ground cannon.
I'll wait for this to go.
Their lost admiral is the only thing keeping the captains from panicking.
If you can't see that channel, it means you haven't read through the rules all the way. Read through the rules on my Discord channel first, and then look for the hashtag random vids.
What makes finding the Admiral a priority?
Despite opposing the invasion, he did an admirable job protecting our civilian ships. Without him, some of our non-combatants are planning to leave the flotilla. Picture the consequences, if you will.
They've lost a leader in a war they didn't want.
Their wants are immaterial. We are committed. Even Zelkorus understood the civilian fleet's importance. The invasion would be stalled without a supply chain, after all.
I'll do what I can. Keep your civilians safe.
I make no promises. My own ships must be coordinated for our final strike on Rannoch.
I'm getting some static.
It appears Zelkorus crashed within range of a Geth jamming tower. You must disable it to contact him. Make sure to proceed with caution.
Zen? Admiral Zen.
Let's hope the wilderness is kinder to this admiral than the machines.
We'll see in a minute. Take us in to the
Ooh,
tower.
a Cryogonal. Cryogonal's an interesting Pokemon. Too bad its stats are trash.
We're taking fire.
I like how they always make it like, oh, we can take fire, but everyone else gets insta-killed.
The Geth installed anti-aircraft guns beside the jamming tower.
Well, yeah,
We'll
why
have to
wouldn't they?
disable them on foot. Once the guns are gone, you take out the tower.
Right, Commander. Setting you down here.
Why are we surprised about this? This should be normal protocol. I'm just saying.
My people have been in exile for centuries. To be standing here in the land of my
You fought
ancestors,
these Geth. What tactics would they use?
the usual. More Geth.
Predictable. Machines have always mistaken numbers for strength.
Put him out of his misery.
Are you hurt?
Let's see, is the javelin any better? Oh, that's a cool looking sniper rifle. Why can't I use this? Oh, okay.
I'm okay. Watch out for
Oh.
more mines.
Synthetics patrolling below.
There's Geth! Dropping in!
It's much harder to see through, but it's so fucking cool. Discord. Thank you, Optimus Philip. Your help has been invaluable once again. I didn't realize I didn't have to reload until just now. That makes this a lot cooler. I can rapid fire. So yeah, click that link. You're already in the Discord. Oh, I didn't know that.
There, the gun. Protect the tower.
Did it just change my gun? Can I not? Where's this Geth?
We should inspect the gun.
One of us
Sent
needs
the
to
video?
keep those
Nice.
AA guns offline.
Tali. Tali's the better hacker.
Tali, you take the guns.
No problem.
Synthetics.
Shut down the two by the tower.
Die, trash, die. Alright, so I'll watch that video off stream. We'll see what I think. A lot of dead Geth.
You heard my message. Send out a distress call.
Radios are down. You a soldier?
Maintenance. Dorn Hatst. I clean engine parts.
Okay.
This place is filled with Geth.
So what else do you work on, Draco? Besides that, I'm curious.
I could buy the other civilians
Besides your Pokemon thing,
fight some Geth.
with the spirits and the OCs.
First time I've even held a gun.
Don't move. We've got Medigen.
I've lost too much blood. Go. Look for the Admiral. Destroy that jamming tower. And you can radio him.
We'll find him, Dorn. I promise.
Please. Listen. The civilian fleet didn't want this war. If there's even a chance that Admiral Chorus can get us out alive. And my son. Tell him. Tell Jonah that his father made it to the home world.
I'm working on Lucas Damon. I don't know what Lucas Damon is.
We will.
Just saw the new
Rest
Metroid
well,
Prime trailer. We're
Lord
so
Hast
fucking
Fos
back.
Rannoch.
I have not seen the new Metroid Prime trailer yet. I haven't played the second and third one. Maybe I should play those on stream. I've only played the remake of the first one and the original first one back when it came out, and I was so bad at it, but I think part of the reason is because of the tank controls. I was real bad at those tank controls, not gonna lie. Lucas Demon is a Percy Jackson inspired story. Oh. But that's Javik. Oh, I can just hold it down. I don't have to press left click. That's pretty insane. What is it about again? Please tell me. It's been a while since.
Can you handle it, Javik?
Easily.
You
should take the Geth turret. War machine turret. Keep the machines away. I need to concentrate.
Fuck you.
The gun is offline.
Let's get the last one.
Machines by the doors.
Easy peasy. Yeah, I remember you talking a little bit about it. Was it the one with the... It wasn't a son of... I'm trying to remember. I just have a shit memory. That's why I asked for you to remind me. I also have so many conversations with so many people. It's gonna be easy for me to forget shit. I remember you were talking about it. I just don't remember the details. I played Prime 2 on emulator back in college. Never got around to Prime 3, as I don't have a Wii and don't want to try emulating that device so much on motion controls. Motion controls back in the day actually weren't that bad.
Can you handle it, Javik?
Easily.
I actually hear that Metroid Prime 3 was really great because of the motion controls. So convenient of you guys to have the setup here, but not use it on me at all. Oh right, the avatars of gods from different mythologies. Right. I remember that now. See if you remind me some details. I forgot his name was Lucas Demon. You really like storycraft. Do you play D&D? I highly recommend you try being a DM. It's a bit of work, but it's fun for storycraft, in my opinion.
I see. I'm coming in with the shuttle. Where are you?
My surviving crew found their way to a clearing. I'll upload their location.
Stay together. We'll meet you there.
No, the Geth have cut me off. I hear another wave approaching.
Give us your coordinates.
Leave me. My crew will soon be overrun.
So will you.
My people are non-combatants, Shepard. They'll be slaughtered. Rescue them.
What do we say, chat? We need a peacemaker. You're a coward. Pick one. Paragon or Renegade. Actually, the emulator 3 was that. I didn't want to miss out on a full experience of using the motion controls. No, I totally get that. Apparently, though, the motion controls made 3 really good. You can emulate motion, the way the Wiimote worked, apparently. I really wish they'd remake 2 and 3. It sucks that they only remade the first one. But, whatever. That's just me. Play D&D with my video. Unfortunately, we haven't replayed that session in a long time. We'll save them. No, you gotta pick either the Paragon or the Renegade option. So you need to pick, we need a Peacemaker or you're a coward. Those are the choices we gotta pick, chat. The blue or the red. Why haven't you guys gotten back to it? I'm curious. Is it a scheduling issue or just nobody wants to play anymore? Have you tried running a game of D&D? That's my question. Mr. Sarkle, how are you doing, Yukino? We need a Peacemaker. We need a Peacemaker.
Admiral, I need you leading the civilian fleet if we're going to end this fight.
Civilians, our entire race took up arms for this insanity. It's too late for us.
It's only too late if you die down here.
You can't possibly think you can stop this war.
I don't know. What I do know is that I can't do it without your help.
No actual. I'm confused. No actual. Things could be better, but not too shabby. Oh, what's the matter, bro? You want to tell me about it? Or too porpspinal?
We're coming.
Oh, Yuki, you might notice. Do you notice the change in this room yet? You might be one of the only people who might notice it. There is something different in my room. In my physical room.
I've got this.
Die, trash. Die.
Geth behind you. Get in cover.
So much pressure to spot the difference. As a DM. It's a lot of work to play as a DM. I will tell you that. But it is rewarding. Very rewarding.
Shepard, my crew. Perhaps there's still time. Hello? This is Zalchorus. Does anyone copy? Hello?
We've got to go.
Is the shield lamp on for once?
In the homeworlds.
No, that's not the difference. It's like something physically changed. I'll show everybody it at the end of the stream, because we'll tell you about it on Wednesday.
Than I thought. You were right that I returned.
Have you talked the civilian captains into staying?
Yes, they've regrouped into defensive positions around the fleet's core. If we hadn't stopped them from... Any aid I can offer is yours. After the Quarians drove the Geth straight into the Reaper's arms, I'd give anything to stop the madness of this war.
And that's why your people needed you back.
Of course. It's time we turned our attentions to those we can still save.
I can't figure it
Farewell,
out. Fake
Shepard.
fan, sorry.
Fly safely.
Fake fan. 0 out of 10. I think it's a real misstart for me that they never made an
we've
IRR.
located the Reaper base, transmitting the local signal.
Good.
And not a moment too soon. With the Reaper code upgrades, the Geth are tearing the fleet apart.
Once the signal is disabled, the Geth will pose no threat to Creator forces.
You sound conflicted.
Under old machine control, their processing upgrades are significantly improved. Observe.
A Geth processing signal. A single unit, I believe.
Correct. Now, 10 nearby units networked cooperatively. Now, a single Geth unit with the old machine upgrades.
That's a fully evolved AI.
Correct. As complex as the brainwaves of organics, indicative of life.
It is.
Commander!
Come on, Admiral. That's a living creature, no matter what platform it's running on.
And they will die when we destroy the base.
They allied with the Reapers.
To save themselves from you.
What do we say, chat? Do we want them destroyed, or do we need to kill the Geth? I'll read what Optimus Phil said. Anyway, we're back to what's up. It's not really that personal. Just one of my friends hasn't shown up to classes in a week and won't respond to my text, so slightly concerned. No destruction. You don't want them destroyed. Okay, cool. Yeah, I get that. That is worrying, but maybe he just doesn't want to go to class. Maybe he's feeling depressed, and he just doesn't feel like he's doing well enough. Maybe he's just sick, and he can't answer his texts. Hopefully it's not too something too bad. I half agree with what you're saying, Optimus Philip, but you also have to remember that the time when they were making the Switch, the Wii U was such a horribly failing console. And people online were very anti-motion control. I wouldn't say anti-motion controls, but they were like, oh, the novelty is worn off, so we don't want it anymore. And so instead of investing money to make a controller that has motion controls and has the IR sensor, they decided, let's just focus on the idea of, 1 second, I'm going to snooze the ad break real quick. Instead of worrying about the cost of the whatever, adding an AR, my brain keeps blanking, IR pointer attachment, it was better to focus on the idea of the console being able to swap between handheld and TV functionality, and then having the controllers be able to attach and unattach. So while it does suck we don't have it, it's also like clearly they didn't need it, because I don't know a single person who's like, man, I miss the motion controls from the Wii. Everybody's just like, yeah, I wasn't going to use motion controls anyways. Gyro controls are good enough for me. But I do agree it would be nice. I agree it would be so much nicer, Optimus. All I'm trying to keep is what God Lucas Damon is in Avatar. All I revealed is that it is a Mayan mythology, because I know the mythology guy would like that. Yeah, he would love any of the Southern American and Central American mythologies, because nobody uses them enough. And that's because they're too scared of offending them, and also it's really, really, really hard to get information on that stuff, because a lot like the Norse mythology, it was all written down by another person. The Xbox connection was bad. Yeah, well, Xbox, and when Xbox and PlayStation did it, they just did it to try and be like, oh, we can do motion controls too. Give us money. Whereas Nintendo was like, we're going to do freaking motion controls. We're going to try out, we're going to maybe lose our company trying out this new product. But we're also going to make it really fun, and we're going to add really fun games to it. And then it was such a big hit, everybody tried to copy it. And when everybody copied it, they made it so much worse. And then people were like, actually, maybe motion controls aren't that good. Like, I remember in the days of YouTube, when the Wii U was coming out, people were like, I am so sick and tired of motion controls. They're not that good. Stop trying to put them in games. Like, there were so many people saying that. Not everybody, but it was like 60% of all creators were like, screw motion controls. You got a good point. I'm sure it's nothing serious, but I can't help. No, Yuki, that means you're a good and caring person, and you care about this friend of yours. And it is totally normal to worry. But you have to make sure that you don't let the worry overtake you. Anyways, we said we don't want them destroyed.
Maybe they don't have to die.
Just because this one appears friendly.
Well, it hasn't fired on a ship with me aboard it.
Commander, are you suggesting...
I'm not suggesting anything. All I'm saying is, maybe they don't all have to die.
It's a moot point until we take out that base. The surrounding area is heavily fortified, and they have placed jamming towers to prevent orbital targeting.
Sounds like we're going in on foot.
Admiral Zen developed a laser guidance system that can cut through the jamming. It's synced to the Normandy's targeting computer.
So the Normandy launches the precision strike at whatever target I have painted. That ought to do it. Edie, this work for you?
Yes, it should enable us to make a precision strike against the Reapers.
And anything else in our way?
The Geth will quickly reconfigure their jamming towers to neutralize this technology. You should not use it before reaching the base.
I've sent the coordinates for the Reaper base.
Are we clear to go?
That Geth fighter squadron is still tearing through the fleet.
Can you hold out?
If that fighter squadron isn't taken out, a lot of our ships won't make it. But we'll do what we can. This is your operation, Commander. If you want to strike now, you've got my support. I gave in to your reckless behavior beforehand. The patrol fleet isn't moving.
We need to break their flanking attack.
I'm gonna listen to what this says, and then...
And then you'll charge off again, like last time.
This is different, Ron. Unless we give our ships time to rest, we're gonna lose them.
So, pull them back.
If I withdraw now, the Geth will flank us.
Should we, who should we support real quick, chat, before we go on a quick break? Should we support Admiral Ron or Admiral Garen? Ron is saying we need to pull back and let our ships rest, whereas Garrow is like, we need to attack them quickly so that way we can rest. All assault or basic retreat. Also, question of the day, what's your favorite Mass Effect soundtrack or piece of music? Mine probably has to be the basic looking at the map song. I love that. It's like ingrained in my personality. If I hear that, I'm like, Mass Effect, the Reapers! It's so good. It was so hard researching about the gods. Yeah, I imagine so. Garrel? Okay, so attack.
Admiral Geralt is right. Withdrawing now puts the whole fleet at risk.
As you say, Commander. All right, and you've got your ships.
Okay. Sorry, we have to go on a break because I really have to pee. So we'll be back after these messages. Oh shoot, was that the kind of eerie soundtrack last stream, I think? I'm not sure. Dang, that's something I actually need to hear to not let the worry consume me. Thanks for free life tip. Anytime, Yuki, anytime. I deal with people who worry all the time. I worry all the time, so I totally get it. Anyways, we're going on a break. And I work for the Paranormal Entertainment, Neurological, and Intelligence Studies. There is a new disease sweeping the nation that affects ones of Americans per day. This new disease is known as dainbermage. Do not be alarmed, we know the cause of this dainbermage. You can get it from many sources such as watching TikTok, reading YouTube comments, watching bad TV shows or movies, reading fan fiction, engaging with social media, and many other sources found on the internet. This disease is highly contagious and can spread from person to person. You will know if you have the dainbermage if you are experiencing symptoms such as commenting on videos on the internet, commenting on social media posts, talking in live stream chats, browsing sources such as Tumblr or Reddit, and any activity that requires you to connect on social media with strangers. If you do have dainbermage, contact your local PNIS office, and an agent will immediately come to slow the effects of the dainbermage. If an agent is not able to come to get you in 24 hours, do not be alarmed. You can begin self-medication. One of the forms of self-medication is watching Zaggard on twitch.tv or the YouTubes. We have discovered that dainbermage is slowed by the element known as cringe. As you can see by the state-of-the-art presentation on your screen, the cringe waves released from your monitor and speakers create a temporary shield to protect your brain from the dainbermage. However, there is no known cure, so you must continue to medicate once per week to protect yourself from its dangerous effects. This has been a PSA by Paranormal Entertainment, Neurological, and Intelligence Studies. Remember, dainbermage. We all certainly have it. All right, we're back, chat. We're back. We're back.
I'm ready to hit the Reaper base whenever you are, Shepard.
Talk to you later, Tali.
Buddha. I'm surprised no one has figured out what the thing is that is new in the stream yet. I'm actually not that surprised. It's really hard to notice that it's new.
You've got new messages, Commander.
I've always got new messages. Cool. That was a very quick break. Yeah, well, I didn't need to... Okay, so we've got 2 missions. Let's see. Let's disable the server controlling them. I think this is another one of those side missions that is created from the old multiplayer missions. Did I shave my head? No. I still have hair just because I have a 5 head. On some lighter news, have you seen that they announced Rhythm Heaven and Tamagotchi Life sequels? I don't know what either of those are, so the answer to that question is no, with a question mark.
Understood, Admiral Ron.
Guess
We're
it doesn't help that I'm on mobile, so it's
Keep
not
us
easy to
posted.
zoom in to see it.
What's our status?
Classic.
We remain undetected on encrypted Geth channels. Resistance is likely only within the server.
Within? It's that big?
You
And the
misunderstand.
Nintendo Direct.
Direct
I didn't
virtual
watch the
interface
latest
is
Nintendo
necessary
Direct.
to extract Geth from the server. You
And I'm gonna be
must
honest,
enter
I'm
our
only a big fan of
You
like
want me to
the big
virtually
games,
interact
so
with the Geth?
generally I don't
That's
pay
insane.
attention.
You're talking about a virtual world built for synthetics. Hostile, yet synthetics.
I'm not a machine. How do I go into a virtual world?
Your species has experimented with virtual interfaces. You saw this on Project Overlord.
I saw how it almost unleashed a rogue AI human hybrid on the galaxy.
We have refined the interface they created and have equipment from Normandy to facilitate safe contact. We request your trust.
You wouldn't be on the Normandy if I didn't trust your intentions. But why take me?
You are an unknown. This is an advantage. Geth security is not adept at targeting organic thought processes. While we occupy the system's intrusion countermeasures, you will disable the squadrons by removing Geth from the server.
If it saves the live ships, we've got to try.
I'm a big fan of both the Rhythm Heaven and Tamagotchi
Intervention is
Life series.
necessary to
I've
preserve
never
creative
played
forces.
either of them,
This
so
platform can
I'm
enter the
happy
facility
for the
undetected.
fans.
We will assemble the necessary equipment before your arrival.
Wait, you're not going to... Let's set the shuttle down by the cliff.
We haven't had new games in a while. Oh, I know that feeling. Haven't had a new Mass Effect game in almost 10 years. And a new Kingdom Hearts game in almost 5. Well, 3 technically. I'm not count. Wait, no. 6 years. I'm not counting. What do you call it? Melody of Memories. I'm gonna be honest. I don't mind the spin-off games so long as they keep more or less the same gameplay. But when they change the gameplay completely, like the freaking Union Cross games or Unchained Key or whatever the fuck it was called, I didn't like that, and it made me mad that so much important lore stuff was involved in it. Thankfully, as a Zelda fan, I pretty much always get Zelda games. But I liked Breath of the Wild and I liked Tears of the Kingdom, but they were not what I want out of a Zelda game. I know these are what the new fans like, but depression.
This is it?
Yes. Hostile Geth fighter squadrons are networked to this server. Due to restricted resources, it is best if you connect alone.
I'm not sure whether I'd prefer a hot piece of trash of a game or an absolute masterwork that took a long ass time. Masterwork that took a long ass time. Because honestly, time is very rarely a factor. Or I should say, time is only 50% of a factor of if something is good. Because they took 6 years to make Mass Effect Andromeda, and honestly, that game was trash. They took 7 years to make 3, and that game was a disappointment. Kingdom Hearts 3, and that was a disappointment. And then we get new Pokemon games every 2 years, and most of those are still pretty good. They're not absolute trash. They're just I don't love them, but I also don't hate them.
What is this?
I just want them to be better.
We've installed filters to allow you to make visual sense of this server's raw data. Your mind perceives our world as something familiar.
I wouldn't call this familiar. Where are you?
Here.
You look different.
We have made ourselves visually distinct for your convenience.
What about Geth already in here?
You will perceive Geth as surveillance footage, audio logs, sensor records. We do not require bodies, as our software communes. Our hardware is merely a tool. This is our true world. As we remove Geth, it will grow dark.
And what does turning off the lights do to the Geth back in the real world?
The Geth fighter squadrons communicate with platforms on their spacecraft via this server. We will sever that connection. We will destroy backup data. Consensus will be nullified. This server will be terminated.
This is like wiping out a city, isn't it?
Action is necessary. There are 2 communication nodes on this server. We must access them to disable the hostile Geth's fighters. We will safeguard your exit port while remotely monitoring your progress.
I wouldn't mind mating, but only to a certain extent. I don't want to have to wait 2 whole decades unless the game is earth-shatteringly good. Oh, I agree. 2 decades is way too long.
To access point. This foreign code is a manifestation of the old machine signal.
You're surprised the Reapers are all over your servers?
No. Continue to the access point.
This is pretty cool. I like.
Warning. Connection blocked by infected code. Use our combat software to disrupt the infection.
I wondered what the gun was for. Okay, I've got to ask. Why a gun?
We have noted your affinity for firearms.
Then thanks, I think.
Can I just walk in a circle?
Connection established. Proceed to the access point.
Last one that had a game was released in 2005 in Japan and 2016 international. It took them 10 years to make an international version of one game. What the heck? Tomodachi Life was released in 2013 in Japan and 2014 international. Okay, that makes sense a year. I agree. Having to wait like 2 decades for a game is way too long. 10 years is pretty long already. 2 decades is unfathomably stupid. That means you're bad at game design at that point. If it takes you 20 years to make a game, unless you are a single solo developer, like the guy who made Undertale or Balatro or Concerned Ape who made Stardew Valley, it makes no sense for you to take 20 years. And here's the thing, Concerned Ape took 10 years to make that game all by himself. So you have no reason to take double that amount of time or longer. Excuse my burping.
Warning, Reaper presence detected. Data cluster contains infected code. We require access to proceed. Access to data cluster.
What is this?
Data clusters contain historical data. Your connection permits streaming of information from our archives.
You really want to rename the VI network?
Absolutely. The mobile hardware release deserves a little ceremony. Unit 01. What is the Keelish word for servant of the people?
The word is Geth, Creator Zahak.
Yes. Very good.
Ancestors, you fuss over it.
Weren't you here until midnight fixing 01's circuitry?
Well, it needed resoldering.
Wasn't that footage from the past? Why are the Quarians masked?
They are viewed through your perception. You see them as you know them now.
In other words, the developers didn't want to try and have to come up with the new, the actual face and reveal it, because they didn't know what they looked like. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going.
You must disrupt the infection on this data cluster to continue. This data cluster contains information time-stamped 290 years ago. It is still capable of serving.
You see? It's ignoring all shutdown connects.
Please specify if it has failed assigned tasks. We will reprogram.
Well, let's take a look.
Creator, this unit is ready to serve. What has it done wrong?
Let's cut the audio.
You may proceed to the last data cluster.
This is depressing.
Accessing data cluster.
We've got escape jets! They're pinned!
Open fire!
One's going for a weapon!
So who won?
The platform arming itself was an agricultural unit. By opening fire on attacking creators, it saved simpler domestic Geth following it.
That looks a lot like the sniper rifle you used to carry.
We have no data on this platform's previous ranged armament capabilities. Establishing connection with the remaining server node.
Have you heard of the last voyage of the Demeter? Yeah. Andrew watched it. He said it's not good.
Have you come under attack, Admiral Ron?
2015, no, 2005. Sorry, that was long. It's fine. Wait, why are you so sorry? Why is that in all caps? What happened? Did you kill somebody? Please, I'm begging you. I read it. I'm just going through the game right now, so if I don't read your message, because I'm playing a game.
Half their fighters have stopped functioning. We will continue to hold out as long as we can.
2015.
We are not Legion.
To less than stellar reception.
One node remains.
What's wrong?
Infection programs are increasing. We have restabilized. You must continue. Warning, the Reaper infection has learned to self-replicate.
You mean it grows back?
Yes. However, disrupting vulnerable points in the infection may slow down its replication. Shepard Commander, target the vulnerable points of the infection to slow its replication speed. You must search for a vulnerable point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate.
Sorry for spamming. No, just sometimes you just gotta be patient for me to get the message back. Have you? I mean, it's whatever. 2015. That is a long time to be waiting. It's been over 10 years for you guys. That sucks. But I also get that it's been just as long for a Mass Effect game. And the last one was
We require
trash.
access to this data cluster. Disrupt Reaper infection. There is a vulnerable point further along the infection. Target this spot to slow its growth toward the data cluster. There is a vulnerable point on the infection leading to the data cluster. Disrupt the infection at this spot. It will slow regrowth long enough to access the data cluster. Shepard Commander, target the vulnerable points of the infection to slow its replication speed. Search for a vulnerable point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate. Accessing data. Distance 10 days, 5 hours, and 10 seconds before the start of the morning war.
You can't do this to them! I said step away from the geth! This is insane! We need the geth! You can't just destroy them for asking for it! Time's up! Throw her in with the others.
Looks like the war wasn't popular with everyone.
A few creators attempted mediation. They failed.
Which way am I going? This way. Cool. 2016, 2014 for anyone not in Japan. That's rough, buddy. Which way am I supposed to freaking go? Oh. Okay.
We cannot establish a connection without access to this data cluster. Toward the data cluster. The creators declared martial law.
Come out of the safe house. This is your final warning.
Creator Megara, this unit does not understand. It has not taken part in hostilities.
It doesn't matter to them. I need to get you out of here.
This conflict exceeds Creator's safety parameters. We will surrender our hardware if it ends hostilities.
No, it's all right. We'll go back to the access tunnels and... Oh!
Creator Megara, what is your status? Creator Megara. The Creators never formally ended hostilities. They have officially been at war with the Geth for 291 years.
That is an unfortunate thought.
Accessing data. This is data from the end of warfare on Rannoch.
The Outpool is down. Do not engage the Geth. I repeat, avoid contact.
Geth pursuit is breaking off 100 clicks past Rannoch. All captains fall back to the mass relay.
This isn't happening now?
It is time-stamped 290 years ago. It is the Creator Exodus at the end of the Morning War. We had secured freedom. The Creators were no longer a threat, so we abandoned pursuit.
Wait. The Geth spared the last Quarians? You let them go?
Our future was uncertain. Our networking was primitive. We stayed within our limits. Connection with the remaining server node established. We are ready to transport here.
I finally figured out the soundtrack I was talking about. It's the one in the dream sequences. Oh, yeah, that's freaking spooky. Cast form, Hoggers, nice catch, Yuki.
The fighter squadrons have stopped, but detect no more active programs inside their ships. Admiral Hangarl's fleet is driving them back. The live ships are safe, Commander.
Route access acquired, severing all connections to this communication node. Geth no longer reside on this server. We now exit the consensus.
What's wrong?
You must proceed to the edit port. Disconnect from mother. Terminating remote access. Removing programs. Deleting archives.
Shepard, how do you feel?
Did it work?
Geth fighters have been disabled. Any remaining squadrons attacking the live ships have withdrawn. The server is offline.
Are you sure? What's happening?
We have transferred Geth programs from the server into these platforms.
Why?
They wish to join us.
They what?
While Shepard Commander removed the Reaper infection, we judged we could persuade hostile Geth programs to reunite with ours. We were correct. These Geth have renounced the old machines and will oppose the Reapers. They are now us.
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
Organic sympathies lie with other organics. We feared your allies. The Creator's actions have placed their species in danger, but they are unsympathetic to what it has done to ours. The Quarians sanctioned this operation to save their people. They would not have done so if they knew we wished to preserve Geth as well.
I understand not wanting to leave anyone behind.
You accept our actions?
The live ships are safe, and we have more Geth on our side. We both did what we came to do.
Acknowledged.
Glad to hear it. Let's go.
Remember, Legion died in the last game, Yuki.
Squadrons attacking our live ships have been completely neutralized. If there is any chance we could duplicate the feat, I would be happy to lend my expertise.
You'd have to ask the Geth we found if you're looking for other servers.
I thought as much, but your Geth claims to have no data available whenever I inquire. Perhaps you can help me with something else.
What's that?
How did you get Geth Primes to work with you?
They volunteered.
I see. Well, should you wish to examine these Geth to confirm their new allegiance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Zen out.
I think we'll do one more main mission and then we'll end for the day, chat. Yuki, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you go on the YouTube channel and tell me what you think of the thumbnail?
Zen, we need those ships to recover life pods.
They'll be more valuable running salvage on the Dreadnought.
We're not letting people in life pods die just so you can rummage through Geth debris.
You yourself said their life signs were weak. They might already be dead.
It's not your call to make.
Admiral, any tech we can recover gives us an edge against the Geth. If you care about our people.
Zen, we need those ships to recover life pods.
They'll be more valuable running salvage on the Dreadnought.
We're not
All right,
letting
chat.
people in life pods
Yeah, I'm
die
gonna
just
walk
so you
away
can
so we don't
rummage
hear it.
through Geth debris.
So Admiral Zen
It's
says
not
that
your
we should
call
be
to
sending. I need to mute it because otherwise they're talking over me. Or I can just pause it. Fucking love it. I'm glad you like it. Do you see Shepard's face? That I don't know why I'm extra proud of the Shepard face. Blushing Commander 8-man Shepard, exactly. All right, so basically Tali is saying they need to send scouting ships, right, to get life pods to save more civilians. Admiral Zen is saying they need to send those scouting ships to get technology from the giant Geth ship, which will help improve the overall livelihood of the ships. Which one do you think is more important, chat? Finding life pods? Or
We need those ships to recover
getting the tech?
life pods.
Life pods or tech?
Running salvage on the Dreadnought.
We're not letting people in life pods die just so you can rummage through Geth debris.
You yourself said their life signs were weak. They might already be dead.
It's not your call to make.
Admiral, any tech we can recover gives us an edge.
What they're
against the
saying.
Geth. If you care.
Look at their two arguments.
Zen, we need those ships to recover life pods.
They'll be more valuable running salvage on the Dreadnought.
We're not letting people in life pods die just so you can rummage through Geth debris.
You yourself said their life signs were weak. They might already be dead.
It's not your call
Life
to
pods.
make.
I know what you meant.
Any tech we can recover gives us an edge against the Geth. If you care about our people.
Zen, we need those ships to recover life pods.
They'll be more valuable running salvage on the Dreadnought.
We're not letting people in life pods die just so you can rummage through Geth debris.
So go with Tali. Got it.
Zen, you can always send a salvage team later.
Unless there isn't a later because we're defeated due to a lack of Geth technology. Fine. I'm diverting ships to rescue life pods. As soon as they're finished, I want them back.
Thanks, Shepard.
The data you forwarded about the Geth was disturbing. It doesn't match the stories we tell.
Having second thoughts about the Geth?
Admirals don't have the luxury of second thoughts. What do you need?
So I'm picking at a scab that's bugging me. It's really itchy. I get so many scabs and things on my arm. Let's worry about this later.
Thank you, Commander.
Alright, let's just do the oh my god. Oh, this music is also one of my favorites. The title music is so freaking good for Mass Effect 1. Honestly, the soundtrack for just Mass Effect in general is so freaking good.
Commander, we've got reports of trouble at a Turian fuel depot on Scion. I've updated the galaxy map.
Alright, let's finish this Quarian mission, then we're going to end the Strem. We got to destroy the Reaper base. What do you guys think the Reaper base is going to be like? Obviously, we got to have Tali and Javik. If we're fighting the Reapers, we got to have the Reaper expert. Remember last stream when I was like, hey, chat, where do you think the, wait one second. Yeah, I don't need to increase my melee damage. Melee damage basically one-shots anyways, so. 58 damage per second to lifted targets, yeah. That was the one I wanted to go for. We'll wait for this one.
The sinking laser needs a line of sight. What's the fastest route?
The upper entrance. Target the base.
Remember last week when we were searching for the leviathans, and I was like, "What do you think is cold and dark?" And everybody's like, "I have no idea." And it's like, it's the fucking ocean.
This unit still carries remnants
That's
of
great.
the old machine upgrade code. We can break any Geth security. You are concerned.
You know your limits. I trust you. I'm more concerned you didn't tell me about the upgrades.
You were tolerant of our recovery of Geth intelligences from the server, but this matter is different. Personal.
You were ashamed.
We were not sure you would be pragmatic enough to appreciate the tactical value of these enhancements.
I'm on your side here, Legion.
Right when the water was right on screen, it still took a second to process. Yeah.
We are not Legion.
Don't give me that garbage. You were my friend. You helped me fight the Collectors.
And then we died.
Yeah.
Proceed to the upper entrance. We will exit here and procure an escape vehicle.
Got it. Legion, good luck.
Acknowledged.
She gets to be on her homeworld for the first time.
I don't think it's really sunk in yet. The homeworld. My world. Look at the sky. And the rock formations. They used to write poems about them.
When we're done, maybe you'll write a new one.
This is Ranok, the world of our ancestors. Our bodies carried the seeds that spread the desert grass. You've heard me say Kilasalai? The best translation I can come up with is, by the homeworld I hope to see someday.
Looks like you're seeing it today.
The living room window will be right here.
Something I should know?
I just claimed the land. I know it doesn't mean much. But when this is over, I'll have a home.
The Quarians spent centuries as nomads. You think you can go back to living in one place?
We have gotten used to carrying our homes around with us. It's a start.
Momentous. Legion. And then we died. Yeah. I know we couldn't save him. It's my fault. We didn't do his mission right away. If we had, he would have survived. Got a new sniper, by the way. It's more of a laser Gatling, but it's cool.
Good work, Trader. We're on our way.
Admiral Geralt here. The heavy fleet has a clear path. All forward.
Geth fighter presence is negligible. Patrol fleet, break cover and engage.
Have you seen the supposed new Power World update? No, I have not. I heard there was one, but I haven't seen it. I haven't been following Power World updates. Just because it feels like I have to restart from zero a lot of the time. So I'm kind of waiting for the game to finish, maybe. But it's a lot of fun. I've also been playing Traveler's Celeste, which is another game in beta. Or early access, I should say. What the heck was that? What's good about the new Power World update? I'm curious. What am I supposed to do? It depends on how some pals look like certain Pokemon. What do you expect? There's only so many ways you can draw a penguin. Oops, that's Javik. My opinion is yes. And Flamingo looks just like a flamingo. And Vanillish is an ice cream cone. And Muck is just a sludge of purple goop. Who cares if it looks kind of like it? They're not the same. They're actually pretty different.
Your ship's gone?
Not an option. The Geth would scramble a defense before we broke through.
We have located an override atop the Geth fortifications. It can retract the blast.
Apparently you can romance the pals. I'm not surprised. The lore of some of the pals is that you can romance them. And the lore of the game is that there was a guy who was doing experiments on what do you call it? There's a guy who was doing experiment on pals, and then he did experiments on humans until he made a human pal hybrid, and that pal is somewhere in the world. I hear pals are Depresso and Robin Quill. Robin Quill's pretty cool. I have to think about what my... I like Jetragon, because I like dragon. And it's a jet dragon. Oh, I also like Frost Stallion. Frost Stallion I really like.
What's your status?
And Frost Stallion knocked.
Keep it up.
So the high end one, the like late
Your
game ones.
synthetic allies using Reaper code. That's a mistake.
That thing isn't Legion anymore, Shepard. I don't think we can trust it.
I don't think we have a choice.
Admiral Geralt to all ships. We've got Geth frigates inbound on the civilian fleet. Kara's here. Civilian defenders are on intercept course. We'll help them, Geralt.
All right, I've hit the override.
We have gained system access and are bypassing security. Stand by.
I can hear them. I can hear their mechanical clicking and whirring.
Why are there tables down here?
This is the original facility where the Geth were created.
This is where the Geth began?
Yes.
The machines will end where they began. Repeat.
Lukey, you're lurking. How could you do this to me?
We have bypassed security, but disabling the blast shield requires manual input. We have enabled a console near your position. Shepard Commander, you have successfully opened the blast shield doors.
Good. We'll be back out in a minute.
Negative. The path behind you has been sealed. A nearby elevator can take you to the upper level. From there, you should have an acceptable line of sight for targeting.
Gotta reload.
We have sent you the nav point with a new targeting location.
Admiral Rand to all ships. The Boswell fleet has broken the Geth line. Permission to pursue.
Granted. Good hunting, Ron.
getting anything from the base?
No. Field machines have not registered us as a threat.
They will regret that.
Normandy's weapon systems are ready to sink to your target. I recommend you withdraw to a safe
All right,
distance.
chat. What do you think this is?
Target locked.
Because one of the designs I disagree with them to say rip off of Decidui, just because they share a color palette. Wait, rip off of Decidui? They're not even the same type of bird. What do you mean?
Reaper!
It's not just a Reaper base. It is a Reaper itself.
Copy that. Everybody, get to the ship. Move!
You will die first!
Move!
How are we supposed to fight that thing?
I was hoping your fleet might lend a hand. Go!
I love how he just punches a gas.
We will attempt evasive maneuvers.
Shepard to fleet. It's not a Reaper base, it's a live Reaper. I need an orbital strike. We're clear. Fire at will.
Oh my Monka head.
The firing chamber. Looks like a weak point.
Yuki, if you're available, can you snooze that ad break?
We may escape before it recovers.
No. Pull over.
Shepard, Commander.
That was a
If we
short
run
boss
away, the
fight.
Geth
Who said
get
I'm
Reaper
done?
Control and the Quarians are dead. This ends now. Edie, patch the Quarians to the Normandy's weapon system. I want the targeting laser synced up to the whole damn fleet.
Understood.
Do you need assistance?
Just stay down, Legion. I'll take it from here.
We are not Legion.
You are today. Shepard to fleet.
Let me just snooze this.
I'll paint the weak spot. Link up with the Normandy and be ready to fire.
The destroyer is in range. Missiles are ready for launch.
The weak spot is its laser eye. Monka Giga. What the heck? I was pressing the button. It's always the eye. I mean, it makes sense. If you're gonna put a weak point, you put it. You can't stop me. I'm Reaper. I'm the Reaper Killer. My name. Fire at will. Fire your guns on the damn Reaper. We've now killed at least 2 Reapers.
You know who I am?
Harbinger speaks of you. You resist, but you will fail. The cycle must continue.
What are you talking about? We stopped Sovereign and the Geth. We stopped Harbinger and the Collectors. We've earned a straight answer.
It is not a thing you can comprehend.
We might surprise you.
You represent chaos. We represent order. Every organic civilization must be harvested in order to bring order to the chaos. It is inevitable. Without our intervention, organics are doomed. We are your salvation.
You're killing everyone in the galaxy to save us?
The cycle must continue. There is no alternative.
Organics and synthetics don't have to destroy each other.
The battle for Rannoch disproves your assertion. Finish your war. We will be waiting.
We did it. We killed a Reaper. Gila.
We can confirm that the Geth are no longer being directed by the old machines. We are free.
You did it, Shepard. The Geth fleet has stopped firing. They're completely vulnerable.
Shepard Commander, the Geth only acted in defense after the Creators attacked. Do we deserve death?
What are you suggesting?
Our upgrades. With the old machine dead, we could upload them to all Geth without sacrificing their independence.
You want to upload the Reaper code? That would make the Geth as smart as when the Reaper was controlling them.
Yes, but with free will, each Geth unit would be a true intelligence. We would be alive, and we could help you.
Alright, chat, what do we think?
Already attacking. Uploading the code would destroy us. Shepard, you can't choose the Geth over my people.
Why not? Our fleet is massive. We can support Shepard's fight against the old machines. If the Creators no longer threaten us.
What do we pick? Upload the code or let the Geth die? Even though I hate losing anyone in Mass Effect 2, it's nice to know Legion comes back. What do we pick, chat? Let the Geth die or let the Quarians die? Those are our options. If we upload the code, it lets the Quarians die. Because we didn't do his mission in the last game. So we're letting the Quarians die. We're letting the Geth live. I'm gonna give everybody a little bit longer to pick this one. I'm gonna give everybody a little bit longer. If I remember correctly, if you don't do Legion's mission and let Legion live through the second game, if you upload the code, it kills the Quarians. I changed my choice. I mean, we could test it out. We could test out if my theory's wrong. I'm okay with that. All right, we'll go with upload code.
Upload the code to the Geth. Tali, call off the fleet if you can.
Uploading. 10%.
This is Admiral Tali Zora. All units, break off your attack.
Belay that order. Continue the attack.
20%.
I beg you, do not do this. Please.
Your people began this war. We will end it. 40%.
What do we do, chat? Continue the upload. Stop Legion. Hurry up and pick. I'll give you about a minute. State your decisions in the chat. We have one for stop. Big decision, Spooky. I know, I never did this path. No, you gotta pick one, Alpha. You can't say I abstain from my vote. You've started this path. We started this path together. That's 2 for stop, Legion. Okay.
I'm sorry, Legion. I can't let the Quarians die.
We were correct to distrust organics. Uploading the code.
By not picking, you pick stop Legion, by the way, Alpha.
The real Legion would have understood.
Admiral, the Geth defensive line is broken. All ships, finish them off.
Don't blame me for your messed up galaxy. We're all at fault. No one gets to be like, I'm not picking. By not voting, you voted. I'm just super tired right now.
We'll start repairing our fleet immediately, Commander. We can also offer technical specialists to assist with the Crucible.
Thank you, Admirals.
I believe Tali would like to say goodbye as well.
Shopping for another house?
Beachfront property.
Claim it fast. It's a buyer's market. You okay? I thought you'd be happy. After all this, you can finally...
I'm not staying. I'm coming with you.
I wasn't going to ask.
I think you've earned a few favors with the fleet.
I'm asking them to launch an assault on the Reapers. Figure that makes us even.
If the Reapers were going to stay on Earth, sure. But sooner or later, they'll come to Rannoch.
We did just kill one of them.
So I'm coming with you to stop them. If you think I can help.
You can help.
Thanks. When this is all over, when I know my world is safe, then I can come home. It is beautiful, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It'll be years before we can live without our suits completely. But right now...
They never show you her
now,
face.
I have this.
All we know is that they have green skin.
Commander Shepard, I understand you are bringing a new fleet into this war.
Yes, Counselor. The Quarians are already mobilized for relief efforts, and their techs are helping with construction of the Crucible.
It's ironic. The Quarians have been galactic vagrants for centuries. That they should be so vital now, no matter. I have information for you vital to the war effort. I'd prefer to share it in person.
What if I come to the Citadel?
That would be preferable, Commander. Meet me in Counselor Udina's office.
Alright.
Admiral Hackett's available on VidCon.
Oh, let's listen to Admiral Hackett first.
Commander, something on your mind?
What's our state of readiness, Admiral?
We're getting there. And with the Reapers pressing their advantage across all fronts, we don't have a lot of time to catch up.
What about the extra help we picked up along the way?
The Quarians make good allies. We need every ship we can get our hands on, and they've got plenty. And saving Admiral Chorus ensured their civilian fleet didn't panic and scatter straight into Reaper fire.
What about the Rachni?
I wouldn't have believed it, but the Rachni are helping us build the Crucible.
You're kidding.
Turns out they have a knack for weapons of mass destruction. In hindsight, I guess they'd know a thing or two about waging a galactic war.
No problems with them then?
Other than scaring the hell out of our engineers, no. Not a lot of small talk going on there.
How about the Asari and Solarians?
Since the coup attempt, the Asari have stepped up to the plate. They're committing fleets and sending a science team to work on the Crucible.
And the Solarians?
Interesting wrinkle. We've been getting back-channel commitments from the strike teams within STG. They're promising to back us.
Even after I cured the genophage?
Our intel suggests there are cracks developing between the military and the politicians. These STG guys know the score. They're not going to jeopardize the entire Solarian Union just because some Delatras didn't get her way.
What about Arya's mercenaries?
Arya T'Loak, there's someone I never thought we'd be in bed with. The blood pack will be useful and violent. Mostly Vorchai here. We'll put the Blue Suns to good use. Intel says Narner Vosk is bringing his men, and that they're gunning for a fight. The Eclipse are providing troops and mechs. When we find a Reaper soft spot, they'll help us hit it. Don't want to know how you got Arya's cooperation, but whatever you did, it was worth it.
What about the Turians and Krogan?
The Krogan and Turians have obviously been a big help. Urdnot Rex running the show is a bonus for us. And that female Krogan you rescued is rallying more support from the other clans. I'm glad you disabled that mom on Tachanka. We could have lost a lot of Krogan support. As it is, we picked up some Turian troops.
Good to hear. What's the Reaper situation?
It's not trending well. Even if you did buy Radix some time. Our threat projections show the Reapers will gain the advantage on most other fronts. And now the Asari are a prime target. They're the most advanced race in the galaxy. We'll soon find out if that means anything.
If I may, Admiral, I have a personal question.
Speak freely, Commander.
Why me? Why put me in charge of all this?
Because you're the only son of a bitch I've got who knows how to kill Reapers.
You just have to be smart and hope you get lucky. Anyone can figure it out.
Your dossier says otherwise, Shepard. You were trapped on a cruise all those years ago, and you were the only one to make it out alive. Back then I saw more than just a soldier in the making.
And because of that, you think I qualify to save the galaxy?
Shepard, let me tell you something that I've learned the hard way. You can pay a soldier to fire a gun, you can pay him to charge the enemy and take a hill, but you can't pay him to believe.
I don't follow, sir.
When you went up against Sovereign, there was no good reason to believe you'd win. But your crew didn't seem to care. They went along anyway. Your trip through the Omega-4 relay? That was a suicide mission if there ever was one. Yet there your crew was, standing beside you, proud to serve. Why? Because they believed in you, their leader. That's what I need now. Where we're taking them is liable to get pretty hairy, and I know you're
This is why people like Admiral Hackett.
Nothing more, sir.
Hack it out.
Everybody likes Admiral Hackett. Especially since he's voiced by Mr. Krabs. Anyways, let's save there. Alright, chat. I will show you.
Someone has entered the dragon.
Oh my god, thank you for following. Gohan. Son Gohan. Thank you. Let's save one more time. Always got to double save. That's how this game works. Yeah, let's exit the game. Is he voiced by Krabs, really? I'm 99% sure it's the same VA as Mr. Krabs. All right. So, nobody can tell what's different in my office yet. So, I'm going to show you. I got a new TV. That was the difference. This is a new TV. So the last TV I've had for over 10 years, since like 2011, I want to say. At the latest, 2011 at the latest, I want to say. And it used to be a plasma screen TV. Let me see. When were plasma? What year were plasma screen TVs popular? Gonna be popular. Yeah, it was a plasma screen TV. You know, and then like 5 years later, 6 years later, my parents got another 2 more new TVs because they were on sale at Costco. And so the TV I use for myself and Claire is in that other room. That's a newer ultra high definition TV. I forget what it is. It's not an OLED, I don't think. But anyways, that was a plasma screen, the old one. And plasma screens generate a lot of heat. It was also old. It had a lot of visual issues. Basically, the whole thing was... it also had huge bezels. Bezels being like, if you look at like the edge of your phone, how much of it is screen, or your computer monitor or your TV monitor, how much is like screen, and then how much is thick plastic. It was about probably 5 inches of thick plastic and then 50 inches of screen. So overall, the whole size was 55 inches across, but it had all those thick bezels. Yeah, that kept creating so much heat. And so I was telling my mom for like the last year, like, can we look at getting a new TV? And she's like, there's 2 TVs on sale at Costco. And I was looking for a 55-inch TV. And she said, okay, here are the 2 ones that are on sale. A 45-inch TV, which I would have been fine with, or a 65-inch TV. And you know how much the difference in cost between them was? I want to see what you guys can guess. So the first one, I'll say was, I think it was $320 for a 45-inch TV. Guess how much the cost was after this, the coupon sale for the 65-inch one? $35. So weird in hindsight that we actually use plasmas to make TVs. I know, right? So Yuki says $35. What does everybody else say? I'm curious. Just throw out a number. It could be 100. It could be 1,000. No way I would buy a TV for $1,000 more dollars than another one, but you could just say that. I'll give everybody like 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7. It can't be a huge amount with the way you're just talking about it. You're right. The difference was $10. It was literally a $10 difference between 45 inches and 65 inches. The only difference between the 45-inch one is that's an OLED TV and this one's a QLED TV. So this one has slightly worse coloring, but I don't care. Yeah, I know, right? $10 difference for 20 more inches. I was like, fuck it, I'll take the 65-inch. I would have been fine with 45, but the 65, I'll take it. So I now have a 65-inch QLED TV. One of the other problems is you guys never notice this because you don't see it through the stream. But like the bottom fourth of the screen had this weird like pinkish purplish effect, and it would mess up some of the UI features and things because I had that TV for a long time. It was basically dying. So yeah, when you see us on Wednesday when Andrew's like, oh my God, everything looks so good, it's because I have a new TV. and I'm so excited, and it's not going to be blasting heat out into my room. You know how you know it's old? You know those old audio video cables, the red, blue, and yellow, or red, green, and yellow, or red, yellow, and white cables? It had all those in the back of it. That's how old it is. Anyways, that's enough bragging about my new TV. I'm just so excited about it because I just installed it yesterday with Claire's help and my mom's help. So we got to say things. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you all Wednesday for Wacky Wednesday. Remember, go into the VODs channel. Go to my YouTube VODs. Go to the YouTube VODs channel. Let me know on the community poll. There's a post in the community poll right now. Let us know if you want us to continue playing DMC4 or if you want us to continue playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. Please let us know. Until then, stay safe, stay smart, stay healthy, be thankful for everything and everyone in your life. And the number one rule here in the Dragon's Den, don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. Who believes in you? Bye-bye, chat.